Welcome to Eternal Rambles, where the Eternals ramble eternally. My name's Aaron.
And I'm Cody.
And we're back for a part 2 on Cartoon Network. All of it. Everything. Which is like 9 companies on one channel.
Oh yeah, this is going to be an incredibly interesting one.
We have no idea if this will end up being if we get a part 3, but it is part 2.
We don't know if this will be a part 3 or not.
Yeah, we don't know if there'll be a third part after this one. I guess we'll just determine how long this ends up being.
Alright, so we're gonna hop right into this one because we already know where we left off. We left off at the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. Next up is this show called Elliot from Earth.
I have no idea what that is.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
I remember Space Ghost, but I've not seen that.
I don't remember any of these. I'm just gonna kind of list them off to let me know if you see
Space
something.
Ghost was in the same era, like with Harvey Birdman, like Attorney at Law, and like some other stuff.
Oh, that's one of them.
Yeah,
Harvey Birdman, Attorney
Attorney
at
at
Law.
Law.
No, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I remember Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Hated it so much. Not because I actually watched it, but like just seeing like commercials for it, I'm like, this looks so stupid.
Oh, it is. It is absolutely the dumbest thing ever. Aren't those on Adult Swim though?
I think so, but it's still on Cartoon Network.
Yeah. No, I know they were on Cartoon Network. It's just like they all came about in a similar
Harvey
era.
Birdman, Attorney at Law was definitely aimed a little bit more at adults.
That was funny. They did that one episode with Futurama. You always see that in the meme. It's like, we're from the future, the far-off year of 2002! And they look it down at the calendar and it says 2004. Oh, yeah. Anyways, we didn't really watch a lot of Adult Swim growing up, to be honest. I know there was a lot of kids that just disobeyed their parents, but
no, I didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah. None of the subject. Sorry, not the show. None of the shows had any thing that made me like, oh yeah, I want to watch this. It wasn't, and I was never really disobedient as a kid, so I was like, oh, I'm not supposed to watch this. Therefore, I was like, no, I just didn't.
I would watch South Park specifically at friends' houses, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch South Park.
No.
But now South Park's one of my favorite shows. So, next up is the live action series, live action / animated series.
So around 20 near the
2007.
2007. Oh,
Yeah.
that was later than that.
Nah,
Because that started when I was in middle school. I'm pretty sure.
it was the late aughts, early teens. So we got it started off with Out of Jimmy's Head, which I never saw.
So there was a movie about that first, and the movie was fine. Basically, the idea was it was I don't want to say it was satirical, but it was very tongue in cheek. Whereas it's kind of like playing off Disneyland and Disney stuff like that. And this kid, I think his name was Jimmy, is the title character. He basically was at an amusement park, and there was an accident, and then it got super serious, but in a comedy way. It was don't you worry, that hospital, because everyone it's the mini mini Disney towns. It's that hospital is a real working hospital, and everyone there is a real certified doctor. We'll take care of your son, no problem. And he's gonna need a brain transplant. Where are we gonna get a brain from? This old guy. I have a brain for him. What? How? You see, every day I bring a lunchbox, but it isn't lunch. It's the creator of the company's brain. I've gone without lunch for 20 years, waiting for a moment like this. So they take the creator's brain, create all the characters, and put it in the kid's brain. So now the kid, whose personality is totally intact, can now see the cartoon characters. But only he can see it.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's a weird one. I only know 2 of these.
That is it's Dude, What Would Happen in Destroy, Build, Destroy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I fucking love those shows. Let's talk about Destroy, Build, Destroy right quick. Okay, so anybody...
Is that next on the list?
No, it's not next on the list.
Well, they go in list order.
Other Siders.
Go in list order.
Other Siders.
Is that the one with the kids that they were playing an MMO and something?
I guess.
Oh.
It looks like it. Brain Rush.
I don't know.
Destroy, Build, Destroy. Alright, let's talk about Destroy, Build, Destroy. Anyways, Destroy... No, you remember that... I don't know if you ever watched it, but do you remember that episode of the Ben 10 crew versus...
Yes, the Ben 10 crew versus Dude, What Would Happen?
Yes!
Well, it was... Specifically, it was the cast of the Ben 10 Alien Swarm movie.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not even kidding. There's this one specific challenge from that I've always wanted to replicate. And that's the one where they have a bunch of different size TVs, and you have to throw the hammers at the TVs, and you get different points based on what you break. I've always wanted to do that specific competition. But Destroy, Build, Destroy, I think it was always fun to watch. I would always be interested to see which version which option they were going to pick to destroy the thing. And they would use it strategically too. Be like, okay, if we have them blow it up, they might make the parts too small, and we're not going to be able to build anything from it.
Yeah.
But if have them slice it in half, it might make it too big to where we're not going to be able to tear it up enough to build what we need to build. So like, what are we going to do? Like, it was always nice to see like the strategic element of, is destroying this way a good idea? And then at the end, it's just, all right, you lost. Let's destroy it in the most fantastical way possible.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, they didn't have quite the budget to do like all the
Mythbusters
best stuff. Yeah, like they couldn't do like Mythbusters 800 pounds of TNT shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, they could blow some stuff up. You know, run some wires. You know, drop a car or two.
Yeah.
I always had fun watching it. I thought it was a good show. I don't care what anyone says. I know people didn't really like the live action era of Cartoon Network.
Because it was bad.
I mean, the arrow itself was bad, but like, dude, what would happen was just light and core Mythbusters.
Which is the reason why I didn't like it, because I already had Mythbusters. And so, dude, what would happen was literally just like, oh, well, kids will like this, because like they're talking, like, it's in using lingo they can understand. It's like, no, they could just watch Mythbusters, which was, in fact, aimed for a fun for all the family kind of thing.
Yeah. Whereas,
dude, what happened was aimed exclusively at kids, and none of their experiments were like at all interesting. I was like, remember, like the ones like, what if we turned this truck into a hot tub? Well, how are we going to turn this car into a hot tub? With a flamethrower! And it's like, so how is it? It's like, it's actually really cool. It's like, oh, so the stupid thing didn't work? Shocker. I watched the first episode, like, this is thoroughly disappointing.
I was 9 when it came out. I was having fun with it.
I didn't like it. Because like I said, because like you said, it's just like Mythbusters.
Yeah.
But Mythbusters is already so good.
But Mythbusters wasn't on all the time.
Well, no, it wasn't on Cartoon Network. But it doesn't mean, like, the kids couldn't still see it. And Mythbusters was an hour long. And it had way cooler things that happened in it. Whereas, Dude, What Would Happen was, like, 22 minutes.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a fun show, though. I had a lot of fun times with it. Like, obviously, Destroy, Build, Destroy was my favorite of the live-action shows, just watching shit blow up. Again,
I definitely watched Destroy, Build, Destroy the most out of the live-action shows.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I gave each and every single one of the shows, like, I watched them. And I didn't like basically any of them.
I mean, I liked Destroy, Build, Destroy, like I said. And Dude, What Happened was fine. It was fine. I don't think it was as good as Mythbusters, but it was fine. Just because two things fulfill a similar niche doesn't mean that niche doesn't mean that one, like, for example, Dark Souls and Bloodborne fill a very similar niche. They're very similar games. They have slightly different mechanics, like Dude, What Would Happen and Ghostbusters. But you wouldn't call one worse. You wouldn't call one, bad just because the other one is better.
That's not really a good comparison. They're made by the same company. You'd want something like Neo and Dark Souls.
Yeah, even better example. Just because one is better than the other doesn't mean the other one is awful. No, it doesn't.
But unlike with, a TV show versus a video game, watching a TV show is far more passive of a activity. And like when the premise of a show is so similar to another show, because an element of, well, why am I bothering with this one? Whereas with games, there are certain things that, like, even if the premise is similar, certain controls can be different, certain like storytelling can be different. Like, there are reasons to play similar games. There aren't always reasons to watch similar shows.
I still disagree with you, but fair enough. Bobby Says is the next one on our list. No idea. I'm just going to scroll down this one. You let me know.
Yeah, just keep to it.
We got Bobby Says, Dude, What Would Happen? We already talked about that. Tower Prep, Level Up, Incredible Crew. Next up is Preschool.
Hey.
We got Big Bag, Baby Looney Tunes.
Ah, yes. Together, everybody, it's a beautiful day.
I wouldn't really call that one specifically for preschoolers.
I don't. It's aimed at preschoolers, but like,
I feel like kids of any age up to like teens can enjoy that.
I mean, it just depends.
I liked it. I loved it.
It
came out when I was 2. I was literally the target audience.
I watched it a lot, like on sick days from when I stayed home from school.
Oh yeah, Baby Looney Tunes. I like it more than regular Looney Tunes. At the very least.
I would not say that.
That's the one with bad. Is that the no?
That's Tiny Toons.
That's Tiny Toons.
Baby Looney Tunes is literally the baby.
Oh yeah,
where they're all sitting in Granny's house.
I think it's nice. I don't think it's as good as
it's perfectly
Tiny Toons.
Fun.
It's perfectly fun.
Well, Tiny Toons is still trying to ape the Looney Tunes formula a little bit, but like with slightly different characters. Whereas Baby Looney Tunes was just completely different.
Yeah. I actually had quite a lot of fun watching that. I mean, like I said, I was 2 when it came out. Crypto the Super Dog.
Why is that?
I don't know why
That
it's
was a
preschool.
good show, and it's not. I don't know if that's.
I would still watch this. I would still watch that show today.
Crypto,
Super Dog.
Crypto, up and away. He's super smart and super brave. It's like it's a fun show.
Of course, even as a kid, I thought Bad Dog was my favorite.
Ace, Bat Hound.
Ace.
It's like, the show was like, all right, the Joker's hyenas are causing trouble, and we have to stop them. He probably wasn't quite that gruff.
No, he
but he was
wasn't.
he was like, we need to do this. Crypto, you will help me. Oh, okay, Ace.
Yeah, and Ace is like Crypto is like
Superman is literally in the first episode of that show, and then never again.
yeah, because it's about crypto, and I like that.
I mean, yeah.
And I honestly, I love every time that they include crypto in future media after that. But
Yeah.
that first,
I mean, Superman having a super dog is kind of a stupid concept, but when you just run with it,
yeah, it's awesome. And then because then you get crypto.
I mean, him being a side character in another thing kind of detracts from him, but having him be the main focus and four kids. I mean,
and then you have Bat Dog and
Ace
and the cats or the cat guy, the super cat.
I don't remember that.
You remember?
I remember the League of Extraordinary Hounds or whatever the hell.
You don't remember?
With Mammoth Mutt, that was the freaking chihuahua that could
Yeah. You don't remember the orange cat?
No, I don't.
Oh wow. I don't remember what his
I couldn't
name
tell
was.
you the plot of a single episode.
No, me neither. I can just remember the feeling. I remember the feeling I had when I watched
it was a fun show. I really liked it as a kid. It had a bopping theme song. The premise was solid, and also the voice actor for Crypto was great.
Who is the voice actor?
I have no idea, but I remember them giving me a good performance. Yeah, so Crypto, it's a neat concept. I think that the comic book character of Crypto is
way worse.
I can't even say. I don't remember an instance of him being legitimately in a comic.
He was in Titans.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in Titans.
Oh my!
He murders 2 people.
Oh well,
Yeah. Well, to be fair, so does Superboy. And I'm like, that's not. No. That's no. Superboy literally gets mad at Superman for hurting someone because it's not his way.
Yes.
Therefore, no.
I mean, not every superhero needs to have the I do not kill rule. But certain ones.
Superman needs to have that.
Yeah.
Batman needs to have that. Because if Batman can kill, there ain't gonna be no criminals.
Because then there's no more line.
Exactly.
Once that line is crossed, there is no going back, so we just might as well.
And here's the problem with Batman being allowed to kill. If Batman is allowed to kill, there is no criminals.
Everyone is fucked.
Yeah, there is no criminals.
Well, it's just like with Superman. Once Superman kills, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Game over.
Exactly.
I mean, Wonder Woman kills on the reg, and nobody really cares that much, because Wonder Woman, has, way more, training and restraint, and she's surrounded in that culture. So, she does not kill often, but she is more than willing to, if she deems it necessary.
Exactly. She is a warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Crypto the Superdog. I remember we had the DVD. For
did you?
Yeah, when we had the DVD when I was a kid, when I lived down in Houston. And, oh my goodness, it was always, Crypto and Heathcliff. I would watch Crypto and then Heathcliff.
Oh,
and
you're talking about that was the Garfield cat kind of.
Yeah, spin off the thing, kind of. Yeah, I really loved watching those when I was growing up. My aunt had her living room, but we had our living room that had all of our shows and stuff on it. So we would be in there. We'd watch Hot Wheels Battle Force 5, and Crypto Superdog, and Heathcliff, which is more of a me thing.
That was just on you.
That was all on me.
That's you.
But yeah, no, I remember watching those as a kid, fucking loving it. Battle Force 5 specifically,
so good.
Yeah,
so good.
I think we already talked about that, but
it
doesn't get mentioned enough.
Battle Force 5 and Stormhawks, so good.
Yeah, I never got to see the one you just.
You never got to see Stormhawks?
No, I never got to see Stormhawks. But
you might be too old for it to really affect you as much as it.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's one of those things where it's oh, this is a show from my childhood that I really, really love. And you try to show it to somebody years later, it's they're just not in the right age or mindset to really be able to appreciate it.
Battle Force 5 just doesn't get enough love, and it really deserves to be talked about.
Everyone's so it's it's just a toy company trying to take your money. It's yeah, but
the show was good.
It's really well crafted trying to take my money.
Yeah, it's the Bionicle show. The Bionicle show was fun.
Or Transformers.
Yeah,
it's these shows,
all Transformers are just trying to take your money.
Yeah, they are marketing, but that's most cartoons. Buy our toys. It's doesn't mean it doesn't have good storytelling. Doesn't mean it's not quality media.
Have you ever heard of Star Star Wars? I hate to tell you this. They make most of the money from merchandise.
Seriously.
Okay, moving on. Firehouse Tales.
No,
Never heard of it.
No.
Anthology series is next.
So that was it for preschool?
Yep.
Alright.
These things are weirdly
Categorized.
organized, yeah. Toonheads.
Mm-hmm.
The Tex Avery Show.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Clampett.
What a name.
My name Doug Doodle.
No.
The Popeye Show in 2001.
Oh, I know Popeye.
Yeah, I know Popeye.
But
I didn't know they made it.
that one.
I didn't know they made one in 2001.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna speed through these. Well, we're not gonna look at miniseries because miniseries.
What is it like?
Well, there's like
The Gendy to the.
well, 4 of them are Adventure Time. So.
Oh my.
And then there's Aquaman, King of Atlantis.
Does it have like Gendy's last Clone Wars?
I don't know. It was made in 2022.
Oh. Well, that was not made. What I just said, but like,
Here's a bunch of short
well,
series.
like mini-series and shorts, like because that's what Gendy.
Here we go. Programming from Hanna-Barbera.
Okay.
Okay. Two Stupid Dogs.
Two Stupid Dogs. Never actually seen it.
/ Super Secret Squirrel.
Oh, Super Secret Squirrel. That was actually a pretty funny one.
The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Ah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about this in our Scooby-Doo video.
Even though we haven't seen the original 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo series.
Yeah, we haven't seen the original series, but like...
We saw like the final movie climax to that
yeah,
series.
which was...
Came out like 40 years after the original one concluded.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It
The
was.
movie itself was funny. It's just... The fact that they remove all of the fucking... Like, they always...
Oh, it's not actually supernatural.
Yeah, they always... And whenever they go back to those things, they always remove the supernatural element. Like
New Scooby-Doo will do supernatural things, but anytime they like reference older Scooby-Doo material, they're always like, well, that one wasn't actually.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like you just ruined an entire series.
I mean, it's like it was the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Like, it was like really weird. So like, ruin is kind of a strong word, but like, Return to Zombie Island.
Yeah. Aaron knows how much I fucking hate that movie.
We'll go into more detail whenever we actually do that video, but
the actual show itself, neither of us actually watched.
Well, I mean, literally, it was effective.
I mean, it came out in what?
Well, for that
94.
It was Shaggy, Scooby, Scrappy, Daphne, and Flim Flam.
You don't
remember Flim Flam? No, because you're not a lunatic that watches Scooby-Doo, like me! Yeah, they just dropped Velma and Fred from the show because they offered nothing in the 60s when the show came out.
Yeah. You mean the 90s?
Was it in the 90s?
Apparently it came out in 94.
No, interesting. Well, they just dropped them because they offered literally nothing.
According to this, it came out in 94.
It wasn't until like the late 90s where they started coming out with like more of the Scooby-Doo.
Unless it means that's when it was showing on the thing. That could be when it was showing.
I don't know. But they didn't start giving like Fred like character until like the late 90s with those Scooby-Doo movies, and even then it was like barely anything. It was not until Mystery Incorporated
where Fred had character.
Well, I guess Fred had character in a pup named Scooby-Doo, but like they were all like kitty versions of the characters, so like,
and they weren't the actual versions of the characters.
Yeah.
Except for Velma and Shaggy.
And Velma had that weird and it like sound effect when she was walking.
Yeah, I know. It was adorable. Addams Family.
I remember this puppy in Scooby-Doo was like Shaggy being a kid, so we just kind of like zoinks, like gruffness, even though he was supposed to be like 6.
Then we got Addams Family, which is apparently on here.
Why would I mess it up?
You messed it up.
You messed it up!
What are you doing? I did it perfectly correct.
Oh, you did it! You stopped!
I went mana mama, and you mana mama, mana mama, mana mama.
No, you didn't!
That's exactly no. You went nah after my second mana mama, and so that was your fault.
No, you just stopped. You went
I went mana mama, and you went nah, and
no,
I'm like no, that's not. I have recording proof. This is staying in the podcast.
I didn't watch that.
All that for that.
Well, the reason I know the theme song is because
Everyone knows the fucking theme song.
Specifically in
middle school,
when I
you
was
were
in
taught
middle
in
school.
choir, yes.
No, I wasn't taught it. For Halloween every year, my choir teacher would like put on like a bunch of like old like Halloween like songs and stuff on like a projector, and like we'd like it'd be like the Monster Mash and like One-Eyed One Horn Flying Purple People Eater and like the Addams Family theme was one of them.
Oh, nice. I did. I watched it with my dad. But it's an old show, so yeah, definitely didn't come out in '96.
Well, this is Hanna-Barbera, so it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
So it's a cartoon rendition of the Addams Family.
It says 1992. So, The Adventures of Don Quixote and Sancho Panda. The Adventures of Gulliver. Alvin and the Chipmunks, the 1998 version, or the 1980 version. Let's go with the Alvin and the Chipmunks cartoon.
Well, I'm trying to determine which one they're referring to.
Not the Alvin.
No, obviously that's Nickelodeon.
That's Nickelodeon, but the OG.
Well, the thing is, like,
Not the one from the not the
Alvin and the Chipmunks cartoon that I'm familiar with from like back then would have been
like the one in the 90s.
like the mini movies. Whereas like Alvin and the Chipmunks meet like Frankenstein, or Alvin and the Chipmunks meet like.
Well, that was a show.
Was it a show?
That was a show.
I swear they were just like movies.
There was mini movies and a show.
Well, I don't remember the show.
Well, the show was basically the same as the mini movies. It was really fun and really cute, and I liked it. But that's about all I can say about it because it's been a long time since I've even watched it. I have watched Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Like I said, I remember the movies much more than the show.
The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan.
That one sounds vaguely racist.
Vaguely. Arabian Nights, spelled Knitghts.
Is it like a Power Rangers thing?
I guess. The Adam Ant Secret Squirrel Show.
Ah, it's wrong. Yeah.
Are these fucking like blocks or something? The Banana Splits.
Oh, the Banana Split show is weird.
Barney Bear.
Interesting how they were able to get away with Barney.
Birdman and the Galaxy Trio. Yeah, you got Captain Planet.
He's a hero, gonna
bring
take
pollution down to zero.
That's not at all the rhythm of the song, but I don't care.
Yeah, I was about to say,
No, it was like Captain
Planet, he's a hero, gonna bring pollution down to zero.
I don't know if that's the rhythm, but like the last part.
With our powers, something. I think it's unified.
I don't even know beyond that.
All I know is that one version of it where Matt Pat sings Captain Planet with Warp Zone, and it's just like the planet. It just is you. That's how he does it. He just dressed as Captain Planet. Yeah. I was like, oh my god, Matt. Beautiful. I love that.
Do what do you want?
I've never seen the show. I like that specific.
I've probably seen an episode here and there, but like...
Casper and the Angels.
Interesting.
Do you remember that show?
No, because I remember there being a Casper show, but I don't think that's the name of it. Like, I think it's like Casper Scare School or something.
I think they might just have been on Hanna-Barbera before Cartoon Network.
Oh, that's fair.
Dino Mutt Dog Wonder. Fang Face.
Dino Mutt Dog Wonder. That's the one with Blue Falcon, right? Blue Falcon and Dino Mutt?
I don't know. Look it up. You have a phone?
My phone is in my room charging because it was at like 18%.
Oh. Fantastic Four from the 90s.
I am only aware of one Fantastic Four TV show, and it was really good, but it was on Nickelodeon.
No, there was one like way long ago.
I know, for like that era, like it's like like the original Spider-Man, and like
It was probably made in the 60s, to be honest.
Yeah,
like one of those old school,
ones, yeah.
Which all sucked.
Yeah.
Just like the 90s Spider-Man sucked.
It didn't suck.
It sucked.
I didn't.
G-Force Guardians of Space? What?
Now, I assume G-Force is not referring to the...
To Gerbil Force?
Oh, that was Guinea Pig Force.
Oh, Guinea Pig Force, yeah.
Gerbil or Guinea Pig, I think both were.
I gotta see if these are actually guinea pigs. G-Force? I thought that was an original movie.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure this is just a coincidental naming. Because G-Force refers to Gravity Force.
Oh, no, it's like an anime.
Oh, my.
Oh, it's like Speed Racer.
Oh, interesting. Ah.
Okay, yeah, it's like an old anime.
Yeah.
Flintstones.
Flintstones, meet your Flintstones, they're your average Stone Age family.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, Heathcliff, yeah.
down in bedrock, they're a tale right out of history.
I'm not reading all of these because we actually covered some of
them.
these.
Alrighty. The guys who like the Jetsons and stuff like that is on it.
Yeah, Jetsons, stuff like Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, which was just a Scooby-Doo ripoff.
Yeah, straight up was. That doesn't make it any less fun.
It was like Josie the Pussycat, Jabberjaws, like a bunch of stuff in there. We're just aping Scooby-Doo because it was popular, which is funny because it actually wasn't, but it was.
It was still a good show though.
I mean, the original Scooby-Doo?
No, Josie and the Pussycats.
No.
I mean, yes, Scooby-Doo was fun, but
it was fine.
Josie and the Pussycats was actually a good show.
Yeah.
I had a fun time watching it. Plus, that theme song just sticks in your fucking
head. Yeah, it does.
head.
It's very catchy.
But only the first part.
Josie and the Pussycats was Totally Spies before Totally Spies.
Yes, actually. The new Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo show. The new Scooby-Doo movies.
I mean, I understand people...
The new Shmoo.
I understand people not really like Scrappy. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of him, but I do understand the fact
I don't understand the fucking vehement hatred towards Scrappy.
I don't hate Scrappy. I don't really care for him, though. Like, Scrappy's one of those characters who's like, alright, I find him a little annoying, but, like, at least he moves the plot forward.
This is a name that I would not call a show. Pound Puppies.
Oh, Pound Puppies? I remember Pound Puppies. Well, Pound referring to the Pound.
I know. Just...
What was that show that we like, and, like, Disney was? Like, it was, like... Deconstruction Puppies?
Yeah, Deconstruction Pups. Deconstruct Pups.
It's like, whoa now, what is that referring to? It's like, what is that unfortunate name? It's like Paw Patrol's in the first, like, dog TV show without a questionable name.
Yeah, Pumpkin.
What about Crypto the Super Dog? Different context.
Pumpkin, Puss, and Mushmouse.
Oh my.
Oh my. Yeah, pup named Scooby-Doo. Richie Rich.
What you talked about? Richie. I actually never watched the Richie Rich cartoon.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't really either, but they made like references to Richie Rich in other shows that I watched.
Richie Rich is one of those things from like I understand from like pop culture, but like I've never actually watched any Richie Rich media. Like I didn't watch the movie, I didn't watch the show, I didn't read any comics.
Here we go. Programming from Warner Bros. Animation.
Oh my.
I think we talked about all these too.
Did we? Did you skip around?
Animaniacs.
Animaniacs is fantastic. Like I said, I think we might have actually talked about these before. But Animaniacs is great.
Well, it's not my fault the fucking list is organized this way.
Well, what else is on the list?
You get stuff like Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, The Batman, The Bugs and Daffy Show, Bugs and Daffy Tonight, Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, Freakazoid.
Yeah, some of those we haven't talked about.
Oh, Mucha Lucha.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we haven't talked about.
We'll just go down this list, and if we
we'll just go down. If we happen to talk about it twice, whatever. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just go down.
We'll just follow the list. Like we've got to talk about these things before, but we'll just do it.
We skipped all the Hanna-Barbera, but you know.
Well, yeah.
We talked about a lot of them beforehand.
Yeah.
But, you know,
well, it's also like a lot. There's not really a ton to say about most of them. It's like,
they're Hanna-Barbera.
That's
classic
right. Yogi
cartoons.
Bear wasn't on that.
They're classic. It was.
It was.
I skipped a lot of it.
You just
skipped a fuck ton of shows, dude.
Okay, like Tomcat and like Huckleberry Hound. And,
yeah, those were all on there.
Yeah.
Animaniacs. So.
It's time for Animaniacs.
I did not like Animaniacs.
You didn't?
No.
It was so okay. The only cartoon, because like Animaniacs was like a partial hodgepodge of other cartoons. Because the only ones worth watching, in my opinion, really, was the Animaniacs themselves.
Yeah. And
then Slappy Squirrel, because that was basically just Looney Tunes, but like a little crotchety person has.
Yeah.
And then like every once in a while, Rita and Run would be funny.
As a kid, I didn't like Animaniacs. As an adult, I do. But as a kid, I did not.
Yeah. I always hated watching Mindy and Buttons because I just felt so terrible for Buttons. And the hippos were boring. Chicken Who was just weird. Most of them were really boring. Some of them were clever, like it's time for another good idea, bad idea. But those were more like filler segments than actual like cartoons.
Yeah, it was just one of those types of shows where it's just a bunch of like shorts and a show, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've watched it more as an adult than I did as a kid, and I've watched more of the remake than I did of the original.
Yeah, I still haven't watched past season 1 of the Hulu Animaniacs, which I know I like it because I've liked what I've seen so far. I just haven't gotten around to actually.
Batman the Animated Series.
I recently rewatched all of it, and
it totally doesn't hold.
I mean, a lot of the episodes are really boring in the first season.
Yeah, because Batman the Animated Series was really the first one of the
It was really
DC animated stuff.
It was really pioneering like Detective Batman in an animation scene.
Exactly, which is why season 2 and 3 really took off in the animated series.
Well, season 3 had like the huge art style shift that became more reminiscent of like
Justice League. Yeah,
where like as soon as I got season 3, it's like, oh yeah, this is what I remember.
Yeah,
like, this is the Batman I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like so often in season 1, like Batman would be like standing there and like they would let like the bad guy like chump him out for a minute just so it'd be like, oh, then Batman does something. It's like, and hear me out here, he could just beat the guy because he's a martial artist.
He's a martial artist.
Yeah, like there's like literally one time where it's like this guy is like crawling around and ends up like kicking Batman and like he stumbles and like like crawls on the floor like freaking Superman punched him. It's like this is some random schmuck. That's what I think I really hate about a lot of Batman stuff. So like, they'll make him look like a buffoon sometimes just to drag out the plot. It's like, or you could just not. Like that's why I like the Batman.
Yes.
The cartoon, the Batman,
which is actually that's actually two-way.
Well, we can just together.
Yeah.
Comparing and contrasting.
And Batman Beyond.
Because the Batman never lets Batman suffer. Like Bruce can have issues, but like when he is wearing the because this is the rare case where it's like Bruce is the actual person and Batman is the alter ego. Like most of that show is focused on Bruce as a character, not just Batman.
Yeah.
Like, that one actually has my absolute favorite portrayal of Alfred. Because like, a lot of people are like, oh, Alfred's such a sass master. It's like, yeah, but that's because the only lines he ever has in those shows is him being like, Whereas in The Batman, Alfred is an actual fucking character. There's even a moment literally after Bruce fights Bane and Alfred has to go pick up his beaten and broken master. And he's like, I need to take you to the hospital. Bruce is like, no hospitals. And he only relents when he finds cops waiting outside. He's like, oh, they're looking for him. So he has to perform surgery on him in the Batcave. And after Bruce is in a wheelchair, his arms are broken, he literally can't do anything. He is still trying to do Batman things and try to stop Bane. And Alfred's like, I cannot watch you kill yourself. And Bruce goes, I understand, Alfred. And keeps going. And Alfred has a flashback to like freshly traumatized Bruce sitting in the police station, he's clutching what's left of his mother's pearls, and the pearls he's dropping them along the string, kids or anything. And the final pearl, the sound effect is a gunshot.
Oh god!
And then Alfred comes in, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, Master Bruce, but I shall never leave your side. From now on, I will always be here for you." And it's Alfred coming back and being like, "Oh, very well."
Yeah.
It's so good to see Alfred actually, because we talked about before with like Ryan and us being like, Alfred is the one thing connecting Bruce to Bruce Wayne, the person he was supposed to be. But so many times in media, Alfred's just like, I'm just here.
Honestly, it's one of those things where it's like you get stuff like the Harley Quinn show, right? The Harley Quinn show where it's like, I love the way it portrays Harley Quinn because it's a comedy series.
Yeah, it's way more of a comedy.
It's a comedy series first. I don't like how it treats Batman and Alfred because it makes Batman into like a whiny bitch, and Alfred into just sass master. He's like, just be the bitch that you are, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No. I might like the show because I like Harley Quinn, but no.
Yeah.
Bad.
The one thing I've seen involving Batman in that show was like, where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
That's like the only bit from that show involving Batman that I have seen that I like.
It's the only part that's good with Batman.
Yeah, but like Batman the Animated Series, like they do definitely try. Like, cause that was the thing about the Batman was the first 2 seasons specifically were like almost pure detective shows, where like every episode would be like a new villain, or even some recurring ones like Joker. Like it would be Bruce having to solve the problem at hand while avoiding the police, while also doing the right thing, and how he had to juggle being Bruce Wayne. Like for example, the episode with Firefly, where it's like, oh, like it's attacking, like Firefly is attacking like certain other like companies, and he's like doing corporate espionage. And he's like, what's going on? But at the same time, there's like a charity for like the children's hospital going on, and like the Wayne Foundation has been running the charity for years because it was founded by Bruce's parents. And he's like, we need to run this. And the mayor is like, yeah, I'm sorry, Bruce, but the council doesn't think you're a good fit. He's like, what's it? Like, they want GothCorp. He's like, GothCorp? And it turns out that GothCorp only wanted to do the fundraiser to draw attention away from the fact that they had hired Firefly to do these corporate espionages. So because Bruce has been so busy dealing with Firefly initially, they didn't let Bruce do the fundraiser. And because he was late for the meeting with the city council because he was too busy being Batman. And then by the end of the episode, like, he's like, oh yeah, convicted criminals are so much better than a playboy. So Bruce actually got to end, at the end of the episode, he'd be like, oh yeah, Bruce, you got to live up to your family's name.
Yeah.
So there's so much to it. Whereas Batman, the animated series, it's like, the only time you really see Bruce be any kind of character, it's like him not being like, I'm so glad they got rid of his stupid Bruce Wayne voice. Oh hey Doc, what's going on? Like, I know that's the character he's trying to play, like the playboy, but like I just like it so much better in season 3 when he's like, no, this is me, I'm Bruce Wayne. And Robin was so weird in that show because he just would pop in and out of episodes. Even the second season was called Batman and Robin.
The Batman or Batman the animated?
The animated series.
Okay.
Like season 2 was like The Adventures of Batman and Robin. And then he was gone, and then season 3 they brought in Jason. Whereas in The Batman, season 1 and 2 were just pure detective shows, and then season 3, huge shift in tone. And they bring in
The Batman, was that Dredd's Joker?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they bring in Batgirl in the 3rd season, and then season 4 is when they bring in Dick. And then season 5 was like a soft Justice League pitch. Because like every episode would be like a different member of the Justice League. And the voice actor for The Flash and that was not good, which sucks. I love The Flash, but that one wasn't great. If I had to pick a show to watch between the two of them, I would definitely pick The Batman. Even though Batman the Animated Series has way more episodes, and there is a lot of good in it.
I agree. The Batman is better.
Just overall had a higher quality.
Then we got Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond, obviously, known continuation of Batman the Animated Series. Way better than Batman the Animated Series, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. In storytelling, anyways.
Because at that point, they had already done the whole run of the Animated Series. They did Superman the Animated Series. They had done Justice League at that point, I'm pretty sure. Or at least they were, like, on...
They were starting Justice League.
They were around the same point. So, like, they had plenty of time writing for these characters, and also just writing in general. They're like, okay, we're gonna do this. No, it's Terminus.
Yeah.
And he's the new Batman. Just Batman. No extra tag. It's like with Spider-Man. It's like, oh, so there's gonna be 2 of us now. Should we have new monikers? Nah, Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man. It's like he's just Batman.
I am just Batman.
Just Batman. It's not Batman Beyond.
Because I'm
Batman.
90% Bruce Wayne.
Well, you found out later.
Yeah. Because
it's like, oh yeah, season 2, the Justice League. Let's just make it the unofficial Batman Beyond finale. Why not? It was essentially it was like, what if Batman was Spider-Man, but like there was more to it than just that.
Yeah.
It was good.
We got the Bugs and Daffy show.
I don't actually remember that one.
Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz.
I have no idea about that one either.
Freakazoid.
I've never actually seen it, but like I know it is.
Jellystone.
That was a Yogi Bear thing.
I kind of figured. Looney Tunes.
Just Looney Tunes?
It's just Looney Tunes.
Just Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes is great.
Apparently
Now, not every single episode of Looney Tunes was good, because it was just a combination of like cartoons that they released in theaters, and they just anything with bugs was great.
Yeah. Daffy
for the most part was really good. Foghorn and Leghorn had like hit or misses. And if I did like Sylvester and Tweety would probably be like the ones like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, fantastic.
Every time.
Like Coyote and Sam the Sheepdog, that was also really good. But when they would bring in like there's like weird like D-list characters like these like the mice or whatever,
yeah,
I'd skip
every time.
Because like a few years ago, like back in like around 2020, I'm pretty sure, like I just kind of like watched through HBO Max's like catalog of the Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I remember you watching through it.
Yeah. And like early it was pretty rough, and then in the middle it was really good, like peak Looney Tunes, and by the end it was also like nothing here.
Well, after that is the Looney Tunes show,
which I remember we talked about the Looney Tunes show.
Yeah,
we did definitely.
Mucha Lucha.
Mucha Lucha was fun.
Was Mucha? I thought Mucha Lucha was Nickelodeon.
No, that was Cartoon Network.
Oh, okay. That's the one where they turn into like the.
They don't turn into. They go to a school for luchador wrestling.
But is that not the one where? Correct me if I'm wrong here, because it could be dumb. Is that not the one where?
Are you thinking of LT Gray?
No, it's like the one where that guy turns into like a tank, and the one guy turns into like a ball.
Well, that would be a thing in the episode. Like, they would do like a finishing move, and like they would like pseudo shapeshift.
Yeah. Okay, so I am thinking of the right
like, there was
thing.
like three main characters. Like there was like the main one, there was the girl, and then there was the Flea.
Yeah, the Flea, which is like
he's the only one whose name I actually remember.
Yeah,
he was the gross one because like in kids shows for some reason
you always gotta have the gross one. Yeah, no, I did love Mucha Lucha.
Like the girl was only like, oh, but by the rules of luchador wrestling, she'd always have like the handbook or whatever. So the only episodes whose plot I remember was like, oh, like the guy, like the main boy got challenged to luchador wrestling by like three really massive dudes, and like the principal of the school would be like, no, we have weight classes. You are not heavy enough to face them. And so like she gives him like this, like the girl gives him like this massive freaking sandwich, and then he becomes too heavy to take on the three guys, and then he has to like lose all the weight. Like that's the only episode that's actually plot I remember. But the theme song was great. Mucha Lucha, Mucha Lucha. It's buena time. Mucha Lucha, Mucha Lucha.
I remember playing the games on Cartoon Network.
I've actually never. I don't remember ever playing any of those games.
They had like a wrestling one where you actually like.
Shocker.
Yeah. I know, right? It's crazy. Crazy. Who would have guessed?
Almost like that's the premise of the show.
Then we have the new Batman Adventures.
The new Batman Adventures.
And the new Superman Adventures.
I don't know about those.
The new Batman Adventures. I'm looking it up now. Oh, I guess it looks like it was just a continuation of the animated series.
Is it just season 3?
It might just be season 3.
I know Superman the animated series.
Yeah, I think it's season 3.
Which only had like 2 seasons and ended in a really weird way.
Road Rovers.
I remember that one.
Static Shock.
Static Shock was great.
Static Shock was amazing. One of my favorite superheroes of that time.
Static Shock was so good they brought it into DC. It was not originally part of it. They brought it in. That's why there was an episode with Batman.
Yeah. No, I fucking love Static Shock. One of my favorite superhero shows from back then. Like I like it more than Batman Beyond.
Really heavy. Like things I didn't even realize watching as a kid, going back to rewatch, was like, oh, there's gang violence in this show.
Yes, like straight up gang violence.
Yeah, like there's a gun on screen. Like Virgil,
just unheard of these days.
Yeah, like Virgil being like, "No, I don't want any of this." Like, dude, how could you join a gang when your mom got killed in a gang shootout? It's like, oh,
damn, son.
Literally the one episode where it's like we find out Richie's dad is racist. And I'm like, I didn't understand that episode growing up. I'm like, what?
Didn't understand what racism was.
Yeah, I didn't understand what racism was.
I didn't either.
It's like this episode being like, why is his dad being so mean?
Well, it's just because we had like so many. We specifically just were exposed to so many like black superheroes where it's like race wasn't really a thing.
I don't even want to say black superheroes. It's just like there were just so many different kinds of heroes and kinds of
there was
shows.
Black, white, alien, Mexican,
Hispanic, Asian.
Yeah,
we really were just introduced to like a huge variety.
Where
of
to us, race wasn't really a thing.
Yeah,
it was just. It's like, why are you being so mean to this guy?
Yeah, it's like, why?
It wasn't until I got older that I was like, oh, this is racial connotations.
I get it. It's about my ethnicity.
It's about my...
Because I'm Jewish.
Then we got the Superman animated series.
Oh, now that it's... Okay. Yeah, it was fine.
I think it's going by when they started showing it.
Potentially, yeah. It goes like... I remember like definitely around season 3 of Batman, the animated series, when Superman the animated series, because like there was like crossover episodes.
Yeah.
Superman the Animated Series actually is pretty fun.
Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
Where you have, like, so much of the show is really just, like, Superman can definitely solve the problem. It's just how much force should he use the situation. Like, the first villain he fights in that show, like, actual villain, is the Parasite. And you feel so bad for him. It's like, because his origin is actually, like, really, like, horrifying, actually.
What do you mean?
Okay, so the Parasite was like a janitor who worked for like I think like the corporation.
Yeah.
And like he got because he had gambling debts, he got forced because he didn't get paid enough to like support his family. So he had to like help guys come in to like steal stuff, and he ended up like he's discovered, and he's in the back of the truck with these chemicals, and the guy is driving, and the chemicals start spilling, and he goes, "Please stop the truck!" And he's like, "Sorry, you're more trouble than you're worth." Basically, like killing this guy as he's screaming in pain as these chemicals are because the truck is closed, so he's just bathing in these chemical bath at like highway speeds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
What a dick.
Yeah. And then like he gets the power of the parasite, which is like he can touch things and absorb their powers and membranes and everything like that. It's like he just wrote, but like
Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries.
Never watched it.
Tasmania.
Never watched it.
Tiny Toon Adventures.
I actually never really watched an episode.
What?
I know what it is. I've never seen really watch the show.
What? But Tiny Toons is so fun. I love Tiny Toons. You got Babs and
Buster.
I just remember that it's the blue rabbit and the pink rabbit and the duck
and the green duck
and the duck. He's a mallard.
See he go fall down the hole.
I actually did love watching Tiny Toons. I mean, it was showing between 1999 and 2001, so I was a Bobby. We're gonna skip Tom and Jerry. Wacky Races.
That one was silly. Really silly.
You could say it was
a lot of
just quite wacky.
A lot of looped animation. You know the whole premise, right?
Wacky Racers?
Yeah, like the main guy.
Yeah, it's like Death Race, but with cartoon characters.
He was always trying to cheat, and it was kind of biting him in the butt. And the dog would always go.
I always remember it from South Park, and that's the funny part about it is because they had it. They're like, Wacky Racers is back, and then like the whole fucking country just loses their shit. It's like, where's the cereal? All the adults are like, get the cereal.
I mean, the most significant thing about Wacky Racers was whenever it appeared in that Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah,
that's the most.
Yeah, it's like all right, guys. I think it'd be funny if they did that, where it's like, all right, guys, okay, what are we gonna do for the second WWE Scooby-Doo movie? Cars.
Yeah.
Let's race.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for no reason.
And then it would be so funny. All right, okay, throw in the wacky. Go ahead, just throw in the Wacky Racers while we're at it. We own them. What's new, Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. We're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo. The trail leads back to you. What's new, Scooby-Doo?
Bowling for soup. Before your time. I know it was actually something.
Yeah.
Just a clip of Phineas Ferb.
Bowling for soup. I always get the two confused. I would be lying if I...
Really?
Yeah, I do. And it's not because, like, they're similar in the slightest. It's just because, like, they're both tied into my head to cartoons.
Different shows, yeah.
So it's like, I'll mix the two up. I'll be like, oh yeah, Bowling for Soup did Scooby-Doo, and Simple Plan did Phineas and Ferb. And I know one of them's from Texas, but I don't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it's Bowling for Soup.
Again, I'll say, like, the actual Scooby-Doo cartoon I watched the most was a pup named Scooby-Doo. So the
actual one that I watched the most was What's New, Scooby-Doo. But that's because it came out.
You've also seen the entirety of Mystery Incorporated, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't seen the second season. I've watched... Because when it came out, I didn't like it. Because I was like, oh, it's just too serious. I don't want serious Scooby-Doo. But now as an adult, I'm like, I actually kind of like them.
Yeah. The actual plot?
Yeah, the actual plot.
It has a plot.
Have you seen Daphne's... No, just kidding.
Slow down.
Ladies are high schoolers.
She's a child!
Are they high schoolers?
They're vaguely teenagers.
Are they? It's like, Fred's like...
Well, I think in Mystery Incorporated, they literally get engaged before they graduate high school. Because like in the new reset timeline after like the time chicanery,
I think they were in college.
They're engaged.
I thought they were in college.
I have no idea. I could be wrong, but like
Xiaolin Showdown.
Amazing.
I thought that was Disney.
No, that was Cartoon Network, dude.
No.
Kara Strong voiced Omi.
Yeah.
And then you had Omi, Clay, Raimundo, and Kimiko.
Who was your favorite? Raimundo.
Honestly, I did like Omi a lot, and Raimundo bothered me. Because like he would always be like
picking on Omi.
Well, not only that, because like sometimes it'd be funny, but like he's like, oh, we're to work hard, Raimundo, but I don't wanna. Dude,
I thought the girl was cute. I liked Fire, and Clay was a Southern boy.
Yeah, some good old boys.
So I liked Clay because he was a Southern boy.
Mr. Terbigon!
The only one I really didn't like was Umi.
You didn't like Omi?
No, Omi. Yeah, Omi. No,
What's wrong with Omi?
it was boring, in my opinion. IMO. In my opinion. IMHO. In my humble opinion.
Well, they definitely work best off of each other.
Clay!
Well, it's really funny, because, like, Clay and...
Fist of Nemigon! I'm the owner of Dick Dale Dimmador!
Lasso Boa Boa! Star Hanabi!
It just says, like, full Japanese name in English in a southern accent. I said it would be Shaolin. Chinese. It says, like, full Chinese name.
Yeah. I'm Dashi!
I'm Dashi! God, fucking love it. Just, like, the most... Like, how do you turn China into Texas?
Yeah, because certain for certain Shengang Wu were like elements affiliated. Like that's why like Omi would almost always use the Orbo Tornami. Raimundo would always use the Sword of the Storms. Kimiko would often use the Star Hanabi, which is funny because like that was actually Clay's father's things and the whole thing about it, but it was actually fire affiliated. And then for a while, Clay would use the Fist Tebigon, but eventually transitioned to using the Lasso Boa Boa. Yes, I know. I remember a lot about this show.
Yeah,
and
clearly.
It had a big... Also another show that had a cat-themed thief girl.
Hot. Oh my god, there's so many of those.
Yes, there are a ton.
Fucking Batman, Spider-Man.
And it had like a panda-themed like mob boss.
What?
Yeah. He was called... What was his name? Hang on. Panda Bubba. I'm pretty sure that was his name.
What?
What?
Nothing. We'll get to it in a second.
Okay. It was a really good show, and they had like a bastardized like sequel, spiritual successor series of Jack Spicer, Evil Boy Genius, one of the greatest villains ever. Not because he was effective, because he was hilarious. No, if you wanted actually effective villains, you had like Chase Young and like Hannibal Bean, and like you had a bunch of like actually
Mr. Bean.
And then you had like Tubby Mora, who's like a ninja, but like fat.
I'm the fat ninja. It's like Fat Bob from fucking Tekken. It's like speed and weight.
I mean, you had like that one like bit from like Kim Possible where it's like she's fighting ninjas and this big one shows up. It's like, I am strong like the mountain. I am swift like the wind. I am vengeance. It's like, that was just because you wanted to be funny. Like, you didn't have to give him that voice. Oh, why are you dropping shit?
It's my forte.
Yeah, it was a really fun show. Like there was actually a power progression where it's like Omi would always wear like his like actual Shaolin robes, but like whenever they would go on adventures, usually Clay would just put on his normal stuff, or I would put his always stuff, and Kimiko would have like 9 outfits.
Yeah.
We met everyone's parents except for Raimundo's, and then Omi's because he was a monk. So like,
he didn't have parents.
Yeah, Master Fong, he was just a member of the monastery.
Well, on the next one, this is kind of funny. It's Canadian co-productions, so productions made in Canada, or in cohorts with Canada. Cohorts. Number 1, Oh Canada.
Alright.
Number 2, Stormhawks.
Oh! Interesting.
Number 3, Hot Wheels Battle Force 5.
And like Slugterra is like in that same band, right?
No.
Well, it came out around the same time.
It's Stormhawks, George of the Jungle.
Really? Oh man, that was a bad one.
I love that one.
But it's like a friggin' hip hop, like rap version of it.
I know, it was hilarious.
I hated it.
Hot Wheels Battle Force 5 and Mega Man Fully Charged.
Oh, interesting. So Hot
Well,
Wheels...
2 of those shows the audience already knows that we love.
Yeah, I love Stormhawks. We both like Battle Force 5.
Yeah.
Honestly, Battle Force 5 did have a really good concept. Even though, like, the actual vehicles utilized in the show were not pre-existing cars at all.
No.
They, like, just completely made up. And then, like, I don't even think they really made that many toys, like car toys specifically for it, which
they
is
did.
Weird.
They made a few.
I mean, they made the few, but like not like the standard like Hot Wheels.
Yeah, they
like,
weren't standard Hot
toys.
Wheels. That's
Yeah.
the funny part.
They were just very different.
They were plastic.
Yeah. Well, they were all. Well, some of them are metal, but generally.
Yeah.
Like the wheels are made.
Hot Wheels takes great care in their production.
Good line.
Good line read. I'm trying to get with the lip sync.
Yeah, we experienced that problem. they're just good shows. They're really, really cool.
I was no, that's why I said wait, what? Because they were made in fucking Canada.
Yeah, like Hot Wheels only had 2 seasons, and then Stormbox I think only had 1.
It had 2.
Did it have 2?
According to this,
I guess it was one of those.
It's on Adult Swim.
Interesting. I guess it was one of those shows where it's like the first 2. It could have been like Spectacular Spider-Man, where it's like they had 13 episodes for season 1 and then 13 episodes for season 2, but like it's just one 26-episode season when you like just look at it in general.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
There's no like distinct difference between the 2, so like if you don't like know they were 2 seasons, you just think it was 1.
Oh yeah.
Well, unlike Hot Wheels Battle Force 5 distinctly had 2 different seasons because like the plot pivoted a lot in season 2 and the theme song changed.
Oh no, wait, it did only have 1 season.
Okay.
Well, Hot Wheels Battle Force 5 did have 2.
Yes.
And I love both them fuckers.
Yeah, they're really good.
European co-production.
European?
The Cramp Twins.
I have no idea what that is.
Robot Boy.
Robot Boy! That was a good show. I liked that show. Because literally it was
fantastic.
Like, oh, wow. I remember talking about it briefly during our childhood cartoon podcast. But Robot Boy, the basic premise was this scientist created a robot boy.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. And like he had like 2 forms. He had like his little like toy form that was like, oh, he's gonna be and then like his actual like super fighting robot form.
See, the funny part is the ones that I remember specifically are the blonde one and the ginger.
Because those are the main characters. Once again, the friend being disgusting.
Which one's the disgusting friend? The ginger?
Not the girl. Well, because
the ginger,
the blonde guy was the main. Like,
oh, okay.
He was essentially the Mac in blue.
Oh, okay.
Eevee has a square head.
Yeah.
and the other one is blue. They did have that like element where like, they had that rich kid who like, oh, I have my own version of the robot. He built one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Like the evil villain who's like, it's like an old man. He's like, I want the technology. And like he had like his sidekick was like super sympathetic and stupid, but like he was actually also evil because he actually did things, unlike other like adorably naive sidekicks for villains. The one plot I really remember was like, oh, Robot Boy can't really cry or feel emotions because like he's a robot. So the villain puts on a performance of like a transitionary, like it's like a weird adaptation of Pinocchio. And Pinocchio, because it's not called Pinocchio, but like it's meant to be Pinocchio. Because apparently like the rules, like every time he says bummer, his nose extends. And like it's put on by the villain, and the henchman is playing Geppetto. And the moment, like, when he dies on the stage, like, Robot Boy starts crying, but because he's a robot, he's crying oil. And because he cries out all his oil, he shuts down. And that's why they sweep in and grab him. Like, oh, cool. Trauma. Just what any real boy needs.
Fantastic Four, world's greatest heroes.
Was that Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I really liked it. The lip sync on it was bad for the first couple episodes.
I liked it. Bad.
Well, like the characterizations was pretty good. I liked all the characters for the most part. The storytelling was interesting.
I thought it said cocksaki.
Whoa!
No, it says. Does it say cock? No, it says chop sake cooks.
Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah, chooks. Sorry.
Yeah, that was like the 3D animated one where like it was weird. It was a weird show.
Mr. Men Show.
What?
Mr. Men Show.
I don't remember that one.
Who cares? Casper's Scare School.
Yes, I remember that one. That was like around the time when I would go to middle school.
Yeah, I remember.
Like, it would like come on.
I remember.
It would come on like just before I had to like leave to walk to school. So like I would watch that episode and then I would.
It had 4 fucking seasons.
Did it? Interesting. Because I remember like Casper had like 2 friends. One was like a zombie girl, and like I don't remember.
Yes.
I don't remember who his other friend was.
God, dude, just been so like these things are pulling out a lot of fucking memories that I didn't know I had.
Was it a mummy? Was it another friend?
It was a mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that series.
I could not tell you a single plot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like I remember like that. Like there's like one line where it's like the green ghost is like in charge of everything. It's like whether you're a ghost or I don't know, a zombie. And they're just basic anti-zombie racism or something like that. I'm like, okay.
So when I was a kid, I'm sure I've told you this story before because we've talked about it before. I used to watch this show that came on either really late at night or like well, really, really late at night. Like, really so late it's morning.
Depending on your perspective, it's early or late.
Yeah, I think it was either, like, 11 or, like, 2. Sometime around there. And it was called Hero 108.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, and it was like, I had been searching for it for years, and it was like, all I could remember, it's like the Devil May Cry thing, all I could remember was they rode on turtle tanks. And I could not find the series. And that's the next one on our list, was Hero 108. And I'm like, I have quite a lot of memories watching the show. I don't remember the plots of any of the episodes. But I do know that I love that show, and I want to go back and rewatch it.
Remember, like, one of the heroes, like, this cool guy with, like, a staff, and, like, he would, like, hit the end of it, and, like, darts would come out of it. The two plots I remember, or at least mini plots, was, like, they were, like, dealing with these, like, sheep people, and they would be like, okay, you're gonna talk to our king, but before you do, you must put on this wool sweater. You go, okay, and then they would walk through a waterfall. And after they did, like, they'd be trapped inside the wool sweaters, but, like, the sheep would be fine. It's like, how? If we're wearing a wool sweater and they're made of wool, why aren't they trapped? It's like, oh, because the sheep have a natural oil they secrete that keeps their wool from being swollen. And then, like, they remove the oil and all the sheep get, like, puffed up too, like, ah! The other episode I remember was the villain, like, dealing with his, expansion of his city. So, like, he would have two problems. Either there'd be no roads so nobody could travel, or there'd be no housing. Because they're like, tear down the houses to build roads! Tear down the roads to build houses! And, like, the end of the show was resolved by, like, the heroes being like, okay, if you stop, we'll tell you the secret how to do it. It's like, you build up. So, like, you build, like, multiple stories.
Yeah.
Like, that was the resolution of that episode.
The resolutions were always stupid in that show.
Yeah.
But I loved it. Up next, Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom?
Sonic Boom.
Specifically?
Yep.
Never seen it.
Fantastic.
Making Knuckles.
Show had no right to be that good. Dude, Sonic Boom has some of the best fucking clips you will ever see from a fucking...
I gotta go to court tomorrow for a hearing. I don't think they'll take gotta go fast as a medical condition.
I can't go to prison. I can't go to preschool. The children can be so ruthless when they sense weakness. So what you gotta do is you gotta find the biggest one in the yard and beat them up. Knuckles, that's prison. Only if you let it be. You know, Amy, when you call
attention to a woman doing something extraordinary.
Yeah.
You make it. You emphasize the point that it's not in fact the normal, and therefore, the full quote. It's like, what?
Instead of the status quo, and then everyone's just.
Well, just because I'm an idiot doesn't mean I can't be a feminist.
And you get all those fucking memes. Approved.
Yeah, I never really liked Knuckles in it. Like, I feel like Knuckles was always kind of dumb, but like they just like up to like way too much. In my opinion.
What am I supposed to cover with this? Are you making fun of me?
I remember there's an episode where like Eggman is stuck in like a time loop, and he has to like get their help.
Yeah.
And there's a little thing where it's like how are we supposed to know that you're that? It's like, well, how will we know next time? That way you don't waste time trying to convince us. It's like, well, tell me something I can tell you. It's like whenever you were a child, you just pee in the bed and you gotta have something. It's like, oh. It's like, well, to do that, there'll have to be a machine that you can utilize to do this. I'll have to invent it. Eggman dealing with
No, that's the thing, is like the constant back and forth between Eggman and the Sonic crew is hilarious, and I love it.
And they had like always Sonic, they always had like just one random extra character they throw in.
Yeah, the raccoon in this one.
Yeah.
So you had like Amy. I think Rouge made a couple of appearances, and so did Shadow.
The one episode called The One That Shadow's In.
Yeah, the one that Shadow's in.
Even though like he's like they didn't do anything to his character model at all, it just Shadow.
Yeah. Ninjago.
There's a girl that
There's a girl? Oh my.
Yes, there is one in that show. But like there was a girl that was in theater with in high school. And she loved Ninjago.
Because it's a good show.
And I could not care.
What?
I could not. Like, she would bring it up to me all the time and talk about it.
You can tell that they definitely got furry artists after, like, the third season, because they changed they got scaly artists, because after the third season, the snake people, they changed the way they looked to make them look more anthro and less snaky. They definitely got a furry artist after that one.
Okay.
That's just something that a lot of people pointed out.
I have no reference. Beyblades.
I've just seen the comparison images, and I'm like, oh yeah, you could tell. Like you can tell, like when
someone got a little too into this drawing.
you can tell what kind of artist someone is. Like if like every time they draw a liquid, it looks a certain way.
like that one hentai artist who got tapped to do a Pokemon manga and had to kept getting told to redraw the freaking
yes
the pictures.
or like that one artist that drew someone with a can of soda with the soda spilling over, and it's like something tells me this is not your forte. What were we talking about? Oh, Ninjago.
Which is funny because Ninjago was a 3D animated show.
Yeah.
So
it was good. I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Apparently,
like Ninja Go, and they turned into Beyblades.
Yeah, but it has like an actual like
plot.
you know, yeah, and a depressing one at that. It's like, but it always maintained a sense of humor even during the depressing. But it didn't ruin the emotion with stupid humor.
Oh,
yeah,
like a lot of modern stuff does.
Yeah, exactly. And that was the beautiful part about it. Like
back in the day when sad things were allowed to be sad.
Like when the White Ninja found out he was a robot.
Racist.
When the White Ninja found out that he was a robot, or the Red Ninja died.
Oh, he died?
Apparently.
Oh, so Kai died? Oh, separate.
Oh, yeah. Apparently he died. He's the only one that's died, apparently. Lloyd.
Because he was one with the sister.
Yes. He was the leader, kind of.
Well,
until Green Ninja.
Well, Red always is leader.
Well, until Green Ninja showed up. Yeah, but...
I think I'm taking inspiration from Power Rangers.
And then you have the Lloyd, who was the Green Ninja, whose dad turned evil after originally being a good guy, and then he went even eviler, even more evil. This is to go even further beyond. Honestly, it is good show. You should watch. We should watch. We'll do. I'm gonna convince Aaron to watch this. We'll watch.
We haven't watched any of the Nickelodeon shows we said we're gonna watch.
We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you on that one. But that one, it's really good. You should watch it. Has a lot of good memes. Lloyd. It's Lloyd, Dad. No, I named you Lloyd. Lloyd. That's an actual line from the show. What were we talking? Oh, 16.
Oh, yeah, 16. Good theme song.
A lot of these I keep thinking are fucking Disney for some reason.
Why would you think that?
I don't know.
Life begins after school. That's when we...
You know what my first introduction to that show was?
The zombie special you told me.
Yeah, the fucking zombie special.
Yeah, that was coming out at the same time that wasn't Surf's Up. It was that surfer show.
I think they were made by the same people.
They probably were.
Because they had a very similar art style,
too. Because that was the era, of Total Drama Island had, set up for, Cartoon Network doing, more teen-oriented shows.
Yeah.
And it was after the live-action era, too, I'm pretty sure.
It was...
Or was D-Ring.
It was just after the live-action era. So they were like, alright, well, kids aren't liking our stuff, tweens aren't liking our stuff, time to set up for the teens.
Yeah, and then they realized that was a bad idea and then went back to it.
Atomic Betty.
I keep hearing about that.
I keep hearing about it. I don't know anything about it.
I've never seen it. I didn't even know it was on Cartoon Network.
Beast Wars Transformers.
Never seen.
Beetlejuice.
Never, no.
Oh, apparently made by the same people who made 16.
Oh, interesting.
Betty Boop.
Interesting. I did not know.
Bob's Burgers. Fucking love Bob's Burgers.
Now, aren't we?
No, we're in animation. Animation is just what it's called. It's just labeled animation.
Alright.
Bob's Burgers. I love Bob's Burgers. If only.
I don't really watch.
You don't watch Adult Swim. I know. You don't like crude humor.
Well, if it's delivered well, but usually for the...
Let's count. She's retarded. She doesn't know. You're not retarded. Yeah, I'm retarded. You're not retarded. How many sticks are on the ground? 100. 100. That's 3. That's clearly 3.
I'll say most adult comedies. I'm sure there are clips that I would enjoy, probably except for South Park.
It's so fun though.
But it's so crass and unnecessarily mean-spirited.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I don't know. It's not my cup of tea, and I'll leave it at that.
That's fair. Care Bears Unlock the Magic.
Great
follow-up to Bob's Burgers.
Oh, it's alphabetized, apparently.
Chaotic.
Chaotix?
Chaotic.
Yeah, that was the one where it's there was it was a pseudo card game that was these pads, and
There's like 3 chaotic skates.
and like once you like got like a certain rank, I think you were allowed to like join like the online hive mind or whatever that you could like transport your consciousness into. But while they're in the computer, they're active. They still are there. Like it's still them. Like they still interact in the real world. Like a version of themselves go into it. But while they're in that version, they can't access their decks. It's weird.
How does that song go? I don't care.
Didn't you get like didn't you like download a Chaotix game or something? Like, you have one.
Yeah, probably on the Wii.
It's bad.
It's very bad.
It's bad.
Do I? Yeah, it's right up there.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was curious. I tried to like rewatch the show and it was boring. And then I
played the game. It's bad. I tried. I really did try.
We tried. It was bad.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. The show.
Yeah.
Which was actually fine.
I've only seen the movies.
It's fine. It's a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Code Lyoko.
I have a lot of.
I love that show.
I have a lot of fond memories of the show. Does it hold up now?
No.
I don't think so.
It does not.
Because it was originally in French, wasn't it?
Maybe, probably.
And then it had to be dubbed in English.
Probably.
And it was like one of the earliest cartoons that did like combination between like hand drawn 2D and then like CGI 3D.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff here that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, really great theme song, like fantastic theme song.
I think it's fine.
Because basically the plot is like, oh, like all right, normal kids, normal high school stuff. Something's going wrong. Let's go to Lyoko. Oh, bad things happen. Someone almost dies. Return to the past now. Let's not do that thing we did at the beginning of the episode. That was most of the plots of the episodes.
Only animation was fun.
Yeah. Well, the basic premise was like Aelita was like trapped inside Lyoko, and Jeremy was trying to get her out of Lyoko so they could shut it down and destroy the virus Xana that was within Lyoko. Because they couldn't turn off Lyoko while Aelita was still in there, because obviously then she'd still be trapped.
Then you have Dudley Do Right.
Dudley Do Right?
Yeah.
It existed.
Dragons and
Did you
Dragon
watch the live
Hunters.
action one with Brendan Fraser?
I've never even seen Dudley Do Right. Dragons and Dragon Hunters, which it says DreamWorks, so I'm assuming it's talking about How to Train Your Dragon, but I don't know which version. Ellen's Acres, Futurama. I wasn't allowed to watch it as a kid, so I didn't watch it as a kid.
There's only one episode of Futurama that I know. That's the one with the dog.
Everyone knows the one with the dog. Fucking rip your heart out.
I remember there was one episode, my sister was watching it.
Gordon the Garden Gnome?
Back when we shared a room, and like the devil robot showed up.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, now I really don't want to watch this show. Because it was back when I was still like, in the church. Yeah, with my family.
Yeah.
And I was like,
George of the Jungle. The 1967 one.
Oh! I don't remember that one.
Yeah, me neither. Gerald McBoing-Doing.
Gerald McBoing-Boing?
Yeah.
Gerald McBoing-Boing.
I don't care.
Gerald McBoing-Boing. Well, the premise of the show was literally he could not talk, he could only make noises. And his dog would not bark, it would only burp.
I don't care about half of these. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
If it's the 80s one, then that. But if the 2003 one was actually surprisingly great.
I think they were both fine. I think the first one was fine. I think the second one was great. Yeah, fantastic.
The 80s He-Man, honestly, I think Thundercats was better.
We're talking about He-Man, not Thundercats.
Well, I'm saying, but
between the two, Thundercats. Both the Thundercats are better in my opinion.
Yeah, no, they are.
Hot Wheels Acceleracers.
What?
I gotta see this. It's another Hot Wheels show because I
don't know why I'm remembering seeing like it's.
I know there was another Hot Wheels show that I actually liked, other than just Battle Force 5. I watched a lot of Hot Wheels stuff as a kid.
You just realizing?
Yeah. Oh my god, I do know this one, bro. Oh my god. Did you watch any of these?
No.
Bro, okay, we're gonna watch these. I can't believe I forgot about this show. They had like the super crazy like actual Hot Wheels tracks. Like they actually raced on Hot Wheels tracks and they had like dumping like volcanoes and shit. I'm like, yes! Chaos! Anyways. Jackie Chan Adventures.
That show was amazing! It was so good. Season 2 got a little boring because Season 1's premise was really strong, which was like, get the talisman, stop Shendu from returning. And then at the end of season 1, like they defeat Shendu and end up like destroying his statue form, and he ends up releasing his spirit to the demon realm. And that's whenever you find out that Shendu was not the only demon sorcerer. There was like 8, and like they have to then deal with the 8 demon sorcerers by like sealing away their like because they're sealed away in the demon realm, but like there was a portal that could bring them back, so they had to like re-shut the portal to prevent them from ever coming back again. But because there was only so many of that, like that plot just kind of finished, and they started like spinning their wheels for a few episodes with really weird, odd side plots, and then it picks back up again in season 3. But like season 2 was weird back. It's a good show. I can't find it anywhere. That actually it was free on Amazon Prime for a little bit, and now it is not, and I am sad because that show was really good. One more thing. You will not make coffee this morning. Coffee is the only thing keeping Uncle's ancient heart beating. You want dead Uncle? No? Then you make coffee!
That's racist.
Well, that's exactly how he talked.
James Bond Jr.
What a name.
Yep. And then Johnny Test. Johnny Test!
I swear the theme song changed.
They did, I swear. And then Dookie's voice actor changed. And
We've
I
talked about this in the work, I'm sure.
We have, but like I gotta mention it again. It is very like dumbfounding when you're watching through all the other couple seasons, and it's not even like this. It's not even close. It's like so different. It's weird.
I'll tell you about his sisters. They used their own brother as a guinea pig for their sick, twisted experiments and turned me into a talking freak. Well, they gave me this salt, but I do love them so.
The Land Before Time.
I remember that. That was another one of my sick day cartoons that I would watch.
League of Super Evil.
League of Super Evil! Voltar! Dr. Frog! Red Menace! Doomageddon! League of Super Evil! It was basically just a bunch of bad guys being really bad at being bad.
Okay, next. Legends of Chima.
I have no idea what that is.
Little Robots.
I don't recognize.
Max Steel.
Max Steel! I wanted to like it.
Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right show.
It was 3D animated. This guy basically he kept exuding energy, and like his little robot friend, like alien robot friend, like had
I did in fact like Max Steel.
Help him keep control.
It's the one that like has like different forms. Like they get the big guy and the fast guy.
Yeah, it was like form, strength.
You know what that reminds
Flight.
me? What that show reminds me of? You remember that NFL show where they got like the powers of like football?
Vaguely. Honestly, when you first started off, I was thinking of like the Skechers one.
No. Well, no.
With like Cool Breeze and like B-Strap and stuff like that. Like
NFL cartoon.
I have a vague idea what you're talking about. I remember
NFL Rush Zone.
Yeah, they made a cartoon about like that.
It reminds me of that, and I don't know why.
I never got past the first season of Max Steel. Cause, like
I thought it was fun.
Like I remember like the big things like he got a new form, the speed form. Oh, but it's like it didn't matter to me that much.
Yeah. The Midnight Patrol, Adventures in the Dream Zone, My Knight and Me, Nudnik,
Nick.
Pet Alien, Pink Panther and Pals,
Alright.
The Pink Panther Show.
That's the best part about that show.
Yeah. Peppa Pig.
Peppa's dead.
Man, that would be the best way to end that show. Every episode. Just first episode. Murderer. Radakai Conquer the Kairu?
I have no idea.
Rescue Heroes, which is made by the same people who made 16.
Interesting.
So...
Rescue
heroes. These are heroes.
Rescue hero, rescue hero.
Oh, it's the heroes who are like they use gadgets and they're like the firefighter and the construction.
Oh yeah,
okay.
From Fisher Price.
I used to have these action figures when I was a kid.
I probably had a couple that were taking the math with me.
Yeah, same. Rescue Heroes 2004. Yeah,
That one that had like the mask that would like retract and like, put it underneath, like wait till like the air ran out.
My favorite was the firefighter because he had a mustache. That's not even a joke. That's why. Anyways, yeah. This action figure. Yeah, I had that one. I was poor. Robotech.
That name sounds familiar, but
Shaun the Sheep.
yeah, that was like from like the same people that like Wallace and Gromit. They were like shorts.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that was Disney.
Sidekick, who also is made by the same people who made 16.
I don't know why I'm yawning so much.
Oh, it's that guy with the thing. It's this show. I remember the show, but I don't remember anything about it. Sitting Ducks.
No.
Skunk Fu.
The name sounds familiar. I probably watched an episode.
You know, this one, I'm not 100% sure if you remember this one. I mean, it was pretty big from my childhood, but I don't know. It isn't very well known. Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
I find it funny. That's technically owned by Disney now.
Yeah, but
it aired on Cartoon as a kid.
Well, is that the Gendy one?
Huh?
Is it the Gendy one?
No. It's the Clone Wars. Not the 3D animated one.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it 3D?
I think it was a 2D animated.
It just looks 3D animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like because you had the Clone Wars, which was Gendy's, is basically a miniseries.
Yeah. No, not that one.
And then like the 3D animated Clone Wars.
Yeah. Super Boobs. I mean, Super Noobs.
What the fuck?
I thought it said Super Boobs.
Wow.
Super Noobs. The Superhero Squad show. Do you remember Superhero Squad?
Superhero Squad.
Yeah, the one where they're like little like bobblehead motherfuckers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I actually have. I'm pretty sure I have toys from them.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I actually watched that quite a lot.
It's like Weed with my tech factor and Wolverine with his animal factor.
Dude, I actually watched that quite a lot as a kid.
It's like, don't worry, adamantium skeleton. Sorry, Wolverine. You know, just because I heal doesn't mean it don't hurt.
Yeah,
I had the video game on that for the Wii.
Wolverine was always...
And my sister would piss me off, because like it was like a fighting game like element to it. And she would pick Silver Surfer, who had like a surfboard with this one bashing move that had ridiculous range, and she would always freaking beat me. And just mash that move over and over again and piss me off. Because she wouldn't try, she would just do that just to make me upset.
Yeah, it was a weird set of main characters too. It was like, okay, you have
Silver Surfer,
Iron
Man, Hulk, Wolverine, that one Dino guy who I think they invented for the show.
Falcon, Captain America,
yeah, that's right.
and Thor.
Thor, I remember. I don't remember Captain America though. Interestingly enough,
Captain America was a main character.
it's funny. Falcon's whole thing was like, man, I wish they would take me seriously.
Yeah. And then it's
And like Doctor Doom and MODOK and Abomination.
Dude, I love Doctor Doom in that show specifically.
They would like torture the others whenever they wouldn't do
Yeah.
it out properly. And the whole thing was trying to get the Infinity Sword from like, the Infinity Crystals. It's like, well, we didn't do the Infinity Stones with the Infinity Gauntlet. No, it was the Infinity Sword.
Total Drama presents The Redonkulous Race. Total Drama Rama.
Would you stop dropping things? My goodness.
Transformers Cyberverse. Transformers. Transformers Robots in Disguise. Transformers! Robots in Disguise. That's all I remember.
Transformers, more than meets the eye! Autobots win the battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons.
Did you ever watch the Underdog movie?
Yes, I did.
Apparently Underdog was on Cartoon Network, but Underdog the movie was made by Disney. I remember because Corey from Corey in the House sang the song for it. Underdog is here.
Underdog is here.
Underdog is here. Who? Yeah, no, dude, the show was fine. The movie I really love because it has that actor who played Dave in the Alvin and the Chipmunks live action movies, and he plays Underdog.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are no bad dogs, only bad masters.
Yeah, exactly.
And Peter Dinklage.
Yes, Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage is such a good villain in that movie because he takes that role. He's like, I'm going to be incredibly serious in this role,
despite until I get my superpowers, then I'll just be loony.
But he still takes it like he's still like completely serious in the looniness, and I love it. And then you have this foil of the guy who fucking voices Kronk.
Not Rob Paulson.
I think it's the guy who voices Kronk. No, it is. Yeah.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, no, just he's like, I'm going to take this role as the villain in this child's movie about a dog fighting crime.
We're not giving shit to like the dad, who's the security guard. Is like, sorry, sir, I can't let you with an ID. He's like, oh, ID? Oh, well, what's this? This whole thing is like, why are you tooling on this guy for doing his job? Like, you really need to feel superior that badly?
Yeah.
Like, I remember my dad, he literally was an MP for the Air Force, and my mom came on the base one time, and literally, like, the gate guard carded her to find out who she is, and he's like, wait, are you the wife of... He's like, yeah, that's my husband. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, man, please don't tell him that I carded you. He's like, no, you did your job. I would tell him if you hadn't. Because the whole thing about security is it doesn't matter. Like, you need to check these people.
Yeah. Agreed.
The second you let somebody walk on base, that's the one that's gonna get you.
Voltron. I don't like Voltron.
No, not do I. I don't like any of the versions of Voltron.
Winx
and
Club.
There have been 3 versions of Voltron, and I don't like any of them.
Winx Club. That's a girly show.
Had a pretty good theme song, though, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a pretty good show.
Pretty slapping theme song. I've not seen the Winx Club in forever. I could not tell you. Like,
yeah, me neither. But it's a good show.
I don't know. Like Dino Squad always sits in my brain for like the Winx Club, even though I'm pretty sure they weren't on the same network.
X-Men Evolution.
That was a good show. Honestly, like X-Men as adults, in my opinion, really doesn't work as well as X-Men as teenagers, because that's really where like it helps out. Like, oh, I don't know what's going on in my changing body, these ideas, yada yada. But like having like Cyclops, Jean Grey, all these.
Oh shit! I remember watching this.
Yeah, like Wolverine, Beast, Storm, and Professor X were the only adults in the show that were like.
Yeah, because you can't make Wolverine a teenager and also have it take place with the rest of the X-Men.
No, it doesn't work. I remember like there's one episode where like they found the kid whose mutant power was like disable other mutant powers, and it's like, wow, all of our powers, they've been turned off. You have Wolverine over there with his adamantium claws still sticking out, like, yeah, all of them.
So it was Cyclops, Rogue, Jean,
Kitty,
Nightcrawler, and
Spike, probably.
Spike, yeah. I don't know who the fuck that is.
He was Storm's nephew.
Gay.
Well, there was an element where like his mutant powers were expanding, and he ended up like running into this underground group of mutants who like wouldn't go to the school, so he started protecting them.
Ah.
And like there's a plot element where like, oh, they're like doing some property damage and so on and so forth. It's like, oh, okay, we need to go talk to him. Logan, go talk to him. He's like, what? Me? Why me? He's like, well, because you'll actually be able to relate to what he's going through. And so like, well, why not Storm? He's like, so he goes and he's like, oh, it's you, Logan. I thought there was gonna be Auntie O. Nah, they thought if she came up here, all she would do was hug you and kiss you and beg you to come home. Me, they thought I'd knock some sense into you. But it's funny because the last thing he says to them before he was like, it's like, all right, but don't be surprised if I end up joining them.
And then he does.
No, he doesn't. He does talk. He's like, hey, I understand. Like, he ends up explaining why he's doing what he's doing to Logan. And then Logan goes back and like, this is why he's doing what he's doing.
All right, here comes...
Because, like, the energy drink that had, like, elements in it, like, normal humans drinking, it was fine, but it was, like, toxic to mutants.
Ah.
And they were washing it into the sewers where they lived.
Oh.
And then once they found out, he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I had no idea. Haha, now I can tell this to the military so they can go after mutants. It's the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
Anime.
On Cartoon Network. I know Dragon Ball, but not.
Dude, I had a lot of anime.
Well, also Toonami. So, yeah.
Hack/sign. Hack/sign.
I have no idea what that is.
Hack/Legend of Twilight.
Okay.
Hack/roots.
Okay.
Sorry. Hack/roots.
Okay.
Astro Boy.
Alright.
Everyone knows Astro Boy.
That is.
Everyone knows Astro. Oh wait, is that the? No, that's the show. Okay. Bakugan Armored Alliance. Let's go with... God, there's a lot of Bakugan. Sorry. Bakugan Armored Alliance, Bakugan Battle Brawlers, Bakugan Battle Brawlers New Vestroa, Bakugan Battle Planet, Bakugan Gadelian Invaders, Bakugan Mectanium Surge.
Bakugan Battle Brawlers specifically was banned.
Good.
Was banned. I couldn't tell you about the rest of them, but the first one was banned.
The Armored Alliance was the first one.
I played the PS2 game. That was fun.
Oh, the PS2 game was fantastic.
But like the anime
actually got me hooked on that game. I have it now.
Yeah, because like we played it. It's like, oh, I have this game. Like, really? It's like, yeah. We played it. It's like, oh, this is kind of neat. It sucks that they only have like 4 save files, but like there's like 7 elements.
Yeah, I actually do love Bakugan.
No, they gave you 3 save files.
I actually do love Bakugan.
You like the character, like you the character creation, and like your Bakugan is always like the same Bakugan. It's just their element will be different.
Yeah. Beyblade, which is basically Bakugan but with spinners.
Which is basically just Pokemon, but
with spinners, but with balls.
Well, no, because Pokeballs.
But the ball is the monster.
Yeah.
The Big O.
I know they make the joke that Pokemon is pocket monsters, but Bakugan really is.
It really is.
It really is pocket monsters.
Blue Dragon.
Alright.
Bo.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah. I think I've heard you say that before.
Yes.
Card Captors.
I'm only familiar with that one about being a bad anime.
Die Guard. Dice. I'm not 100% sure you've heard of this one. Dragon Ball.
No, really big. It sounds familiar.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I don't think I've actually seen any of it.
Yeah, don't. Okay, guys,
ignore 90% of my video game and DVD rack.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's a bunch of Dragon Ball. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure neither of us have seen Dragon Ball, so I don't think we have anything to say. We'll come back to you.
We'll come back to that one.
It's not like we're gonna.
Maybe we'll get around to watching it eventually.
Yeah, we may or may not. In the next couple months.
Playing the new Wukong game.
Yeah.
It's like, man, Wukong came out in 2024, so how could he possibly be what Goku's based off of? Maybe it's the other way around. You're so stupid you'd fail a blood test!
We might come back to you guys with a full podcast or something about Dragon Ball.
That's definitely not in the works. We definitely have been spending like almost every day the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, we definitely haven't
get through the series.
Yeah, exactly. No,
in preparations for some game that's coming out.
Yeah, no. What is this? What is it? Budokai? I've never heard of that before.
No, whatever.
Anyways, moving on.
It has the word 0 in it.
But Dragon Ball GT, we remember that.
Oh yeah, GT.
Duel Masters. You remember Duel Masters, right? It was that rip-off Yu-Gi-Oh show.
Yeah, it's those dual monsters.
Yeah.
Like...
Gigantar.
What the fuck?
Hamtaro.
Hamtaro, I'm aware of.
Yes, everyone's aware of Hamtaro.
Hamtaro was one of those old anime that's actually objectively good because it was just a comedy.
Yeah, it was just funny. Knights of the Zodiac.
That sounds oddly
familiar. You might want to look up that. You might want to look that up.
Look at that.
Yeah, just so.
Well, if I haven't seen it, I have plausible deniability.
Now you know about it.
Well, I've never seen it. For those of you who care, I have a story in the works. I'm turning into a manga called King of the Zodiac. So
yeah.
I had no idea that exists. Well, like I said, there are no original stories anymore. So.
Yeah. Martian success for
especially with the Zodiac, like
yeah, no.
Yeah, there's so much things.
Mar.
Like, have you heard of Jackie Chan Adventures?
Mar. Mega Man Star Force. Mega Man Anti-War. Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam. Mobile Suit.
What's with all these Mega Man?
Mobile Suit. Mobile Suit Gundam 0080 War in the Pocket.
I know Gundam is like super...
Mobile Suit Gundam C.
I know Gundam.
Mobile Suit Gundam the 8th Miss Team. Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
Fuck about Gundam.
I don't like Gundam either.
The only mecha anime I've ever watched and enjoyed.
I love Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I was gonna say Gurren Lagann.
And Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, that's like the most fuck yeah anime of all time.
It is.
It really
100%.
is.
I'm just gonna throw a fucking galaxy like a ninja star.
Literally.
I showed that.
Greatest wife in the universe, throw.
I saw that. I showed that to a buddy of mine who was like, "Oh, I don't really like anime," and I was like, "Wait till you see this."
Pushes up glasses. What you see?
Naruto. I've heard of Naruto. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. I've definitely heard of it though.
Definitely don't have any plans to watch the entire series.
Yeah, no plans at all.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, never. I don't know if you ever had that other one anime. I think it's named after like some like weird cleaning. I think it's called like Clorox or something.
That's fucking Jesus. That's my favorite anime. Fucking Clorox. It's like God, I can't remember the name. It was just like Clorox. Oh my god, that's so
like
dumb.
that one anime like one video like they're making fun of names. It's like oh it's colored rocks. You like but like in Europe it's called color, so Clorox bleach. Because it's the one fun man.
Oh my god.
I was gonna make a joke about One Piece, but
that's the next one.
then you just laugh so hard at my bleach joke.
Oh my god.
I'm
over here drinking.
I watched all the way through the Crocodile arc of One Piece. But it was specifically the
One Piece is the most garbage anime.
Specifically the Funimation dub. Because I know there's a cut like the 4Kids dub of One Piece was bad.
Why would you ever watch the 4Kids dub?
No, probably because it was like more readily available for a while.
Well, this is actually the 4Kids dub specifically.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I hate One Piece anyways. I hate One Piece.
Once One Piece is finished, and they come out with a One Piece Kai,
then
I will consider it.
Yeah. If it's less than 600 episodes, I will possibly watch it.
Yeah.
Outlaw Star. Oh, Pokemon. I love Pokemon.
I have zero opinions of Pokemon. I've never really watched it or anything to do with the series. Like, ignore 2 podcasts that are on.
The Prince of Tennis, which you haven't watched, but
I've heard it's one of those animes. It's one of those pinnacle animes.
It's
really important.
Really important for the genre of sports animes too, and which is hilarious that tennis was the first sports anime.
Yeah.
Like, which is fun because I love tennis. I'm a huge tennis nerd.
The only sports anime I watched was Haikyuu, and I haven't even finished it.
I like Haikyuu, but no, Prince of Tennis was one of my favorites. I actually read the manga, believe it or not. Aaron knows how opposed I am to reading manga with anything to do with action in it, and
because the fighting, you just can't.
Yeah, but
I was gonna be like, I hate to read manga. I was like, you have a whole shelf of manga in your room. What are you talking about?
But Prince of Tennis has a lot of like action shots, and I actually watched the anime.
I think tennis works for like
it does,
in manga because like tennis is like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So like,
but I actually read the full manga before watching the anime, and the anime is 220 episodes.
Oh, wow.
It's a big one, it's pretty big. It's bigger than Naruto.
I remember
Naruto 1.
The only anime I was watching was like, wow, I'm not really liking this. Maybe I'll read the manga instead, and that was Rosario Vampire.
Rosario Vampire's anime is fine.
It's not.
It's fine.
Also, one where it's like, oh man, the anime's so good, it doesn't continue. I need to read the manga. That was Kenichi. But yeah, he can find it because there's no legitimate English translation of the Kenichi manga.
It's so funny. They're like, we're gonna drop the hardest fucking anime of all time.
Yeah.
And then not continue the story and make it to where anyone who speaks English can never finish it.
What the fuck?
Then we have Ronin Warriors.
Kenichi is popular in America. I don't know why they don't just bring it over.
Ronin Warriors, Rurouni Kenshin. She's the one called Sailor Moon.
Okay, so
my aunt really loves Sailor Moon.
My eldest sister's roommate loves Sailor Moon, and he's been trying to get her to watch it, and she's like, "This is stupid."
Sailor Moon, it's dumb.
He's doing it like I think he's doing a tabletop of Sailor Moon.
That is hilarious, dude. Here's the problem that I have with Sailor Moon in the first season. Like, obviously, the English dub sucks.
It seems like work is done. Seems like work is done here, but you didn't.
Here's the thing that you can understand. Coming from me, saying if you're gonna watch that show, watch it subbed, is saying a lot.
Because you refuse to watch a show in sub if there's an English version.
Exactly. Watch it in dub because the English sub, or watch it in sub because the English dub is like, it's like, oh, you have these 2 characters that are supposed to be romances?
They're cousins.
They're cousins.
That's why you have these close-up shots of them like staring longingly at each other. That's just cousin things.
Yeah, no.
It's arguably weirder.
Yes. Like, why can't they just be gay? Just let them be gay.
Just let the lesbians be.
Yeah. So, yeah, no. However, the show is fun. I do love the show. And the English voice acting is fine.
Isn't like Sailor Moon Crystal essentially the Kai version of it?
Kinda. No, I think it's the continuation of the 5th season.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. However, it's not in English, so... Anyways, no, Sailor Moon, I mean, you have the same 3 animations for every attack.
Well, that's like the same... That's just like a thing of the genre. Like, Dragon Ball was like a big one. It was like they didn't just reuse shots when doing the finishing move.
Yeah, because like they literally just reuse shots for every attack, not just for the finishing move. Yeah, for every attack.
With the rushing.
She was like, I would throw my tiara.
So like with the Power Rangers doing like their final shots thing against. Yeah, it. It's like the finishing move with the Zords.
And it does get kind of annoying when you watch all that over and over again. But like the actual show itself is fun.
Well, because it was a very formulaic show.
Yeah. Scan to Go, Shaman King. Speed Racer.
That's the one that gets memed on the most for having just the most unfitting English trying to jammed into Japanese speed.
Okay, so I don't know what the hell's going on here with this, but there was a speed racer that came out in like the 2000s. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. There was a speed racer that came out in like the 2000s that was either 3D animated or looked 3D animated. And I watched it and I loved it. It made me fall in love with the character of X. But I cannot find it.
Well, I know there's a movie written by, I think, the Wachowskis.
Oh, gross. Are you talking about that live action one?
Yes, I literally said live action. It's the first thing I said.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I've never seen it.
Let me see if I can find it.
But I heard, like, it's not terrible. Because, like, it's adapting Speed Racer.
Ah, yes! The Next Generation. Yep, it's this. That's the one that I watched growing up.
Yeah, that's like that style of animation that just made everything ugly.
You're right, but...
How dare
Superior Defender Gundam Force, Tenchi in Tokyo. We're gonna skip all the Tenchi shit. Transformers Armada. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!
So I've watched...
It's time to...
everything but the final season of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! All of it in English, because, like, I'm pretty sure I can't even find that.
Why would you want to watch it in Japanese? Have you heard
get the actual plot?
Have you heard Kaiba's voice?
Have you heard a lot of the English voices?
That's what I'm talking about. Kaiba's voice in English.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It doesn't mean the Japanese one was
or
bad.
Yami's voice?
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Well, for Yami, they specifically wanted, like, it was less about, like, they changed how he talked, not necessarily really, like, his voice. But for the English, they're like, oh, we need to make it more distinctly different, because, like, it's not quite as easy to, like, make that distinction like it is in Japanese. Like, the reason why they made Joey so brash and rough is because, like, in the Japanese, he would always call everybody, like, by, like, very, like, unproper names. Like, he wouldn't call everybody, like, I think he'd call everyone, like Chan or something like that, like friends. Yeah. And then they wouldn't use, like, Kun or San or anything like that. It would always just be, like, the familiar one. And the thing with Pegasus, which is the funniest thing about it, is, the reason why he calls everyone boy is because in Yu-Gi-Oh! He's an American.
Yep.
So his first language is English, not Japanese. So the reason why he would call everybody boy is because, and he would talk weird, because he would literally be like, he would throw in English words randomly. So a proper dubbing of of Pegasus would have been, welcome and konnichiwa! I hope you're enjoying my Sugoi tournament. That would be a more accurate dubbing of Pegasus.
Yeah.
Which would have been hilarious. But
oh, I would have watched the shit.
Also, Pegasus straight dies in the...
no, he doesn't.
In the manga, he does.
Oh, yeah.
He gets
a lot of things happen different in the manga.
Yeah. Because let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen,
it was a horror manga.
It was a horror manga.
A Yu Yu Hakusho. I do not care about gunfingers.
Well, I know, like, Lanny of Team 4 Star, like, goes to bat for Yu Yu Hakusho.
What? Which one's Lanny?
Lanny is the one you like.
Okay.
Because there's three main ones. There's Lanny, there's Taka, and there's Kaiser.
Oh, yeah,
Kaiser's the one that you find pretentious.
Yeah. Let's not post that.
And Taka is the crazy one.
Let's not post that.
Are you afraid Team 4 Star's gonna see it and get offended?
Yes. Because I do actually like Team 4 Star.
Because Lanny's,
I do find him a bit pretentious.
Yeah. Though. Lanny did a Yu Yu Hakusho abridged on his own.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. Then, like, so he goes to bat for Yu Yu Hakusho. Apparently, like, the Dark Tournament in Yu Yu Hakusho is destined to be, like, the greatest tournament in all of anime.
Jesus Christ.
Which is, like, you know...
oh my god.
I can't really attest to that. Which, I think Yu Yu Hakusho was written by the same guy who did Hunter x Hunter. But, like, it was his first one. And people say, like, the Hunter x Hunter is better.
Oh, we've talked about these.
Have we?
No, yeah.
We're just following the list. Maybe it's been updated since last time we talked about this, which was, what, like, we recorded, like, 2 months ago?
I'm not doing formal programming advice, because we already talked about this. Yeah. It's been a while since we recorded.
Yeah. I don't think they've changed the list this much, though.
The list hasn't changed, just so we didn't realize that a lot of them were the same.
That was our job.
Then a bunch of Zoids anime. Next up, live action and live action / anime. We already did that.
We did live action. What the hell?
Oh, we already did that. Preschool.
We did that.
We did that. Thomas and Friends.
I've actually never seen Thomas.
Coco Melon. That's on there. Fuck Coco Melon.
I don't even have any contact. I've heard the name before.
I have a cousin who's like, you know my baby cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Coco Melon was out when he was a baby, and so like when I was living with them, it'd be on the background a lot, and I'd be like, turn that shit off.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
Yeah.
Boo Boo Runs Wild, Adventure Time Forever, The Big Pick, Cartoon Network Big Fan Weekend, these are current programming blocks.
Oh.
Adult Swim, Toonami, Cartoonito, Acme Night, and Checkered Past.
Alright.
That's a lot of programming blocks. Short format. Not picked up.
I guess that means canceled.
I guess, yeah. Plastic Man. I want to watch that. Long format. House of Blues, Under Fist, Level Up. That's it.
Well, alrighty.
Well, damn.
Is that the full list? Are we done?
Yeah, that's the full list.
Oh, well, then not nearly as... I was over here being like, maybe we'll have a part 3.
Well, because like with the way the list...
Because you were just scrolling, you weren't even reading like what they were labeled as. You were just...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, damn. That went off in a fucking...
Well, what we can do is we can circle back around here to be like, top 5 Cartoon Network shows of all time.
Adventure Time.
For me...
Adventure Time.
You're a prick. For me, top 5...
My Little Pony, Powerpuff Girls, Winx Club.
Was that even on Cartoon Network?
I don't know. I'm kidding.
Okay. Oh, hey.
Alvin and the Chipmunks. Dragon Ball.
Well, I'm not counting that.
We're not counting anime. Ben 10.
Dude.
I'm guessing.
Why? Why don't you just let me talk?
Because guessing is more fun.
Well, let me just trample over you and yours?
Sure.
You're a bitch. I was trying to collect my thoughts over here. You're just like, let me just keep sprouting out names. Like, I probably couldn't tell you a specific order, but like, Shaolin Showdown.
Really?
Shaolin Showdown was great.
No, it is fantastic. But
It's-
top 5?
Yes, 100% my top 5.
Wow.
It's really, really good.
This is honestly good for you.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Like, good for me. Good for it, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, some random person on the internet thinks it's the top 5 best Cartoon Network shows.
Yeah. It's not, but yeah, I think good.
Well, for me.
Yeah.
My personal ones.
It's wrong opinion. Incorrect. No.
What?
I'm kidding. I'm joking with
Well,
you.
okay, my favorite versus most popular, 2 totally
I know.
different categories.
I know.
Teen Titans,
Yes.
indisputable.
Yeah. Oh, obviously.
Like again, this is not like any particular order. Like top, I'm just throwing out top 5s. I would rearrange them. I would arrange them 5 more times, but I'm trying to beat.
We might do a top 10 list on
Best
Network.
Cartoon Network
Oh,
shows.
best top 10 of each network that we've done.
We can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. Throwing out ideas randomly in the middle
In the middle
of
of
a
podcasts.
In the middle of a podcast.
So Shaolin Showdown, Teen Titans. I want to say Young Justice, but like, I didn't like season 3 as much, so I can't really like. As much as I loved season 1, like it just kind of. There's a lot that I really enjoy, but like it's like tops, like what I would always watch if it was on. To be, it's hard.
Well, for me, it'd be Ben 10, Teen Titans, Adventure Time, Regular Show.
So there are some that you can list immediately. If you're trying to make a top 5, you're like,
Well, like, I know 100% Regular Show because I've rewatched that show several times, and like I know how much I love it. Adventure Time, I've seen a lot of it. I've never finished it, but I know how much I love the show. I kind of want to put Amazing World of Gumball in there, but like, I don't know if I put it in my top 5.
So basically all your like super like or well, I can't say super modern because like that was like 5+ years ago. So
Regular Show came out like 2009. Dude.
Yeah.
It's like 10 years old at this point.
Yeah, so it's like your era definitely much more.
But Teen Titans, 100% you can't put Teen Titans below top 5.
No, it's just too good.
Yeah.
Like Ben 10 is like indisputably one of the greatest ones of the Cartoon Network ever because like for like
Yeah.
almost a decade, it was like their spearhead. Like every time they did anything Cartoon Network, like Ben 10 was part of it.
Yep.
Like their Fusion Fall, that was a big thing. Like most of their like some of their time blocks were centered around Ben 10. Like there was like it was like a toy juggernaut with like the different Omnitrix toys and the figurines and all these things. Some of them were really weird, but like they're just like really useful. So it's Gallon Showdown, Teen Titans. I feel like Jackie Chan Adventure shouldn't count, even though it was on Cartoon Network. I feel like I saw it like on other networks too.
I wouldn't count it.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't count DC stuff.
No, well, Teen Titans is DC, but like
Yeah, but Teen Titans is so intrinsically tied to Cartoon Network.
Yeah. It began and ended on Cartoon Network.
Exactly.
Ben 10 is just gonna be my number one. Like it just is. So 2 more. Yeah. Like my brain keeps flashing between like Ed, Edd n Eddy and like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, but like I can't even say Ed, Edd n Eddy would actually be on that. It's just like I remember watching it. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends I might actually say was one of my favorites because I watched it all the time.
Oh yeah, same. It's kind of hard to be honest.
Yeah, because like there are a lot of really good shows on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, but it's like, what would you call your top 10?
Yeah,
that's
it's a lot harder.
Challenge Showdown. That's just an interesting choice.
It was a really good show.
I agree. It was a really good show. It's just interesting choice for top 5.
Is it?
Yeah. In my opinion. In my humble opinion.
I think you and I both listed 4. We haven't even listed 5.
Because it's hard to list 5.
It is. Because like, also Cartoon Network just had so many. It's like I really like the Thundercats.
That's why we had to separate into 2 podcasts.
Yeah, and like you said, like the Justice League and like
because those are also Cartoon Network. So it's like,
like
if we consider DC options in here too, it'd be like it would be Justice League like 100%. Or Justice League Unlimited. No, it would be Justice League. I love them both, but Justice League.
Well, they both have some soft spots in them. Like,
yeah,
because like Justice League literally was like 2 to 3 episodes were like a package story.
Yeah,
and so like it's the theming you after the premiere, the first arc is literally like, oh, Green Lantern thought he blew up a planet. It's actually kind of boring.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things, like, I remember, like, oh, yeah, I really like Justice League, but, like, if I, like, scroll through, like, oh my god, watch some of these episodes, I'm like, Like, it's good, but it's also like Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who, but, like, I'm gonna rewatch it, I'm like,
I don't
how
care.
do I really want to watch these episodes?
I don't care about anyone before or past the Ninth Doctor.
It's the only one you've seen! You haven't even watched Tenet yet.
I don't want to watch Tenet, to be honest.
Right.
Not that I don't like him, I think David Tennant's a cool dude. I just don't care. Christopher Eccleston was good.
doesn't mean that everyone else thought that was going to be bad.
No, but I know where the direction of the series goes. And
yeah, like, you know, like what happens with Paul Lee and then Jodie Whittaker and everything. It's like, and now Disney owns.
The new guy. You got the Jamaican guy. I don't know his name.
Neither do I. Well, I know they brought David back for a season to reinvigorate the audience, and then they pivoted to...
People are like, I've been in this skin before.
Yeah. This is good.
It's never happened before. I mean, it's okay. This is just kind of, you know, we got other things in the works.
We're talking about things until we're talking about a topic until there's nothing else to talk about.
Exactly. And, you know, we have a couple of other podcasts in the works anyways. It's going to take a while, though, because we got to get through the entirety of that one show. Can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
It's got, like blue boxes or something.
Something to do with squares.
Something to do with squares, yeah. Yeah, something to do with, like, a magic... What is it, like a wishing dog or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like a flying wish dog or something.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, Fairly Odd Parents. I think it's an anime made in China or some shit.
It's this weird show from this far off nation called Japan.
Well, unfortunate.
We're watching Dragon Ball. Okay.
Yeah, we're watching Dragon Ball.
We're gonna try to get through the entirety of Dragon Ball before Sparking Zero comes out. We're not gonna succeed, but we're gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna try. And then we're gonna try to do a podcast on it. And then I'm gonna get Aaron to watch Naruto.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do Naruto. Then we're gonna talk about Naruto. From there, we don't really know because there's no
We may or may not watch Bleach. We're not watching One Piece.
No, it's not even done yet.
Yeah. But we may or may not watch Bleach. We'll see what happens. Like, neither of us, that would be the difference. It's like, Aaron's watched Dragon Ball, I haven't. I've watched Naruto, Aaron hasn't. Mm-hmm. Neither of us have seen Bleach.
No. And honestly, I think it's almost like Samurai Jack, where like came back for one final season. Like they did something like that with Bleach, because like Bleach went off the rails for its ending.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Well, there are plenty of anime to watch. Isekai tier list might be interesting, but like there are just so many freaking isekais out there.
Yeah, and I've only seen 64 anime.
only.
According to my anime list.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, I made that anime list like 6 months ago, and there's a lot of anime that I watched when I was younger that I don't necessarily remember watching. But yes,
And I don't really watch that much anime.
And to be fair, when it says 64 anime, some of the seasons count as separate anime.
Yeah, you have Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball Z, and then GT, and then Super.
Well, like you have Zombieland and Zombieland Saga, and then Zombieland Saga Revenge, which count as 2 different animes, despite one just being the second season.
Yeah.
So technically, it's not even really 64 anime. And I'm still watching quite a few, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, with Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like the first series was like experimenting with GX. I have a soft spot for because it's a hilarious dub, but also like superheroes. That's all my thing. Even though Jaden like really stopped using his heroes and like
Neospatians.
Yeah, Neospatians, which is like because Jaden's decks like
all suck.
Well, they do, but they don't because hero decks are still good to this day.
Yeah, the archetype of his decks is still good.
Yeah, but
the deck itself sucks.
Yeah, because like his base heroes are the base heroes, and
it's like Burstinatrix. Why would you ever use?
Because they're all normal monsters.
Yeah, why would you ever use Wingman?
Yeah, because he always has to like use like equip cards.
And Flaming Wingman was like his big boss monster, and it sucks
for a while. No, it was like it would be between Flaming Wingman and Thunder Giant. He was like his aces, and then Blade Edge was like his big monster, and then he got Neos, which became his actual ace monster.
Yeah, which Neos is actually good even to this day.
Yeah, because Neos,
even though it's a normal monster, because
normal monster support got better.
Yeah, well, it's got that like whole blue eyes white dragon.
Yeah,
thing. You know, it's like this is Jaden's big guy, so we're gonna make an archetype around it.
Yeah, so they put a lot of support into it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Zexal, which I watched specifically in Japanese because I could not stand the voice they gave Jack Atlas in the English dub.
I think
it is
great.
Such a terrible accent.
I think it's fantastic.
And then I started Zexal. I'm like 2 episodes from finishing the first season, but like I just don't care. It's so bad.
It's funny because I remember liking Zexal when I watched it as a kid.
I mean, the theme song is great. Honestly, Zexal's theme song is great.
I'm not a big
Zexal, in my opinion, is really just like a soft, like reimagining of the original Yu-Gi-Oh, with like the kid who's like still like shy, doesn't know what to do with his duel monsters, and like the possessing force that actually knows how to duel.
Yeah,
it's like. And then Arc, like eventually I'll run around to actually watching Arc V.
Oh yeah, because he sucks at dueling by himself, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah,
like he can't duel.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then like there's Reigns.
People actually die in 5Ds, don't they?
Yes. Well, in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, people die too.
Well, yeah, but like they really kind of like, oh, it's in the
no. In 5Ds, like there are actual consequences.
Yeah, it's like, and then like, yeah, that was like
murdered. The English dub had a hell of a time.
Like Carly, yeah, just fucking
falls out of a skyscraper and embeds herself in the concrete. So the English have to be like, oh, a black fog overtook her, and suddenly,
yeah. And then she comes back
as a villain.
Yeah, dude, I was like literally, I knew I experienced this story from the game that gives you like little snippets.
Oh yeah,
does she fucking die?
Yes, she does.
I called Aaron. I was like, does Carly fucking die?
Yes.
You got fucking murdered.
Yeah, she does.
It's insane.
And I think that's why Zexal is the way that it is. Because like 5Ds was really heavy.
Yeah, it was.
So Zexal's like, oh, it's be kind of fun and silly. It's like, okay, you can be kind of fun and silly.
I'm kind of excited to watch Arc V because apparently it's actually really.
Yeah,
good.
I'm curious. Like Arc V and Reigns, I'm curious.
Yeah,
about.
I hear they're actually pretty good.
And like was like 7s or something like that.
I don't care. I don't care about that. Apparently, it's like the youngest protagonist.
Well, they're all like in middle school, aren't they?
Yes.
Well, except for you say he was like, well, they're kind of vague with how old he is. Like he's definitely still teenage age, but like he's also like a master like scientist.
The dude is like 17 at least.
Yeah,
he is a grown ass man in a teenager's body.
Well, he's got the brain of one. Like literally, he's a freaking super genius.
The dude sounds like a man.
Yeah, like, Jack Atlas, like. At the very least, he's just very tall.
And Kaiba does not sound like a fucking dude.
No.
Neither does... None of them sound like
honestly, I think Jack Atlas, of the series extended so far, is the best Kaiba-alike, except for the original Kaiba. Because, like... But his whole thing is, like, Jack Atlas had, like, their initial confrontation. It's, like, a way better like, his whole thing is, like, I don't need Yusei, I'm the best! Oh, Yusei beat me. That's right! Yusei is my brother, I'll do anything for him! But he's still, like, really pompous about the whole thing. Is like, I'm the greatest duelist ever! No one can defeat me! Except Yusei.
I love it.
That's funny we started talking about anime, but anime was Toonami was a thing on
It
Cartoon
was a
Network.
big thing. Yeah, that's where we experienced. That's where we really got a lot of our experience with anime. It was like
Not
Pokemon and Dragon Ball.
Not me.
Really?
No, my first introduction with Dragon Ball
Was the blue bricks?
Nickelodeon when they released Kai.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no. My first experience with anime was really like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all on 4Kids, like WB 4Kids.
Yeah, the 4Kids definitely.
Yeah.
Because that's when I watched the original Yu-Gi-Oh was on 4Kids.
Yeah. So like Yu-Gi-Oh Yu-Gi-Oh.
I didn't really watch any anime on Cartoon Network.
I watched a little bit of Z as a kid. Like, not very much.
No. So now when I see those AMVs online, you get those there's shots of people using Z and the Cartoon Network logos in the bottom right corner of the footage.
Yeah. I did watch a lot of WB4Kids because they also showed stuff like the DC stuff, like the Batman.
Yeah, the Batman's on it. WB4Kids also had Jackie Chan Adventures on it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I mostly watched WB4Kids.
They had a grab bag of cartoons.
They also had Teen Titans was on there.
Yeah,
as well as Cartoon Network.
Mm-hmm.
Teen Titans was big.
I feel like Coleoco was also on WB4Kids too.
Probably.
Yeah, for WB had just a bunch. Well, because WB is Warner Brothers and Cartoon Network.
Yeah, Warner Brothers owns Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
I was about to say Cartoon Network owns Warner Brothers, but no.
How we made that joke where it was Nickelodeon had Pokemon. I was no, that was Cartoon Network, and then in Europe,
it's
it was Disney.
Yeah,
it's Jetix. So by some weird transitive properties, I was technically correct.
Yeah. It's where do you go to watch Pokemon? Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney. Where you at?
Where are you in the world? What's your VPN set?
Anyways, this one ended up being a little bit shorter, but that's fine.
Longer than our previous podcast, but shorter than our most recent ones.
Yeah, exactly. So it's some of them will be shorter, some of them will be longer, some videos will be shorter. We're working on a lot of stuff right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff.
We've also pivoted from necessarily doing one podcast a month to more specifically one video
a month.
Hopefully that'll change, but until Kodig and I get on the same days off regularly.
Yeah.
It's just how much time we have to actually do the things that we're going to do.
Exactly. So we are going to upload one video a month. What kind of video that is, really depends.
We might be rotating between podcasts and other video.
Yeah.
And some of those videos, like keep bringing up our Scooby-Doo video, that'll be 2 videos in the same month. That's because they're connected to one another.
Exactly. They're two of the same. They're two different types of videos, but they tie together.
Yeah. It's because some of our content will be scripted, some of it will just be freeform. The Scooby-Doo video, we'll do a podcast on it, and then also our scripted video.
Well, a podcast format of the tiers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be full freeform. We're going to see what happens,
Yeah.
talk about what we remember, and then we'll do the full scripted video, for the other one that we're going to drop once we get game footage.
Yep.
Which is the Kingdom Hearts one.
Yeah.
I know we've been talking about it for a while.
But it's just
the video's almost edited.
Yeah.
It is almost fully edited. All I need is gameplay footage. And now, since some new shit has come out, we gotta fucking update the...
Yeah, we have to rewrite some of the script.
We have to rewrite some of the script.
Yeah.
But don't worry, that's not gonna take too long. It'll take us 15 minutes to record, and then me 3 hours to edit.
That always is.
And then I gotta get some gameplay footage, and then that one will be done. And that one will probably be uploaded alongside something else.
Yeah, because that's just been in our back pocket for so long.
Yeah, we want to get that one uploaded.
Yeah, I really feel
because I think it's nice.
I think it's nice, but I don't think it's enough to be our one video for that month.
Yeah, no, not at all.
That we started recording that back when we were actually recording posting multiple times a month.
Yeah, we're all right, we gotta upload one podcast a month plus this plus gameplay plus. Yeah, we got other stuff we got to do tonight as well. We're for those of you that don't know, we're gonna work on trying to start streaming on Twitch. We're gonna start streaming on Twitch. Same tag. It's gonna be the Eternal Council. It's gonna be a little bit of a different format. You might not really recognize us from the way that we are now, because the way we are on YouTube is not gonna be the way we are on Twitch. But it's gonna be similar.
We're experimenting. We're seeing what works.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, guys, that was kind of the post podcast update part of the video.
We usually do it at the beginning of the podcast, but this time we just did it at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I guess we'll see you guys next time. We don't know what video is coming up after this one, but
or before this one.
We don't
know.
This one could come up immediately after the Cartoon Network one. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't. Maybe that my joke I made about us doing a random video between could come true, or maybe we'll actually do things in order for once.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens.
Whatever.
All right, until next time, guys, I will see you. I've been Kodig.
I've been just flubbing on the outro.
Yeah. Bye.